Gabby. I think the first conversation to be had is the experience in the juniors division. Definitely Damon favored, a former NAIC finalist, been playing for 3 seasons compared to Garrett, only about a year and a half of VGC experience.
Yeah, but I mean, talk about great coaching from both of these trainers. They actually have the same VGC coach.
They both chose correctly.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to finals. This was supposed to start an hour later, but I think the other finals previously are ahead of schedule, so here we are. Junior Division finals starting right now.
Yeah, he's been on a tear, and as we mentioned, in New Orleans in
I got a special guest coming on the way too.
The NAIC finalist, 7-time regional champion using Mega Del Fox here, compared to Asher Garrett with a lot of regional top cuts to his name, including earlier this year being the Seattle regional finalist. So he has less experience, but he has very consistently strong performances this season.
And let's go ahead and take a look at those teams.
How did my brother do? Top 16.
Because if they look familiar to you,
Top 16 at NAIC, which is epic. All right, folks, we got the Junior Division finals. Asher Garrett using Italian Lycanroc. If you watched NAIC, you probably have seen this team really coming out in the last week as we wrap up this metagame. Dual Mega, Frostlass, Scoville, Basque Legion, King Gambit, Lycanroc, Sneasler. Yes, Brendan is qualified for Worlds after getting top 16. So huge congratulations to Brendan. He just needed top 512 at the tournament to qualify, and he said, you know what? I'm going to get top 16. I'm going to win $3,000. I'm going to show why I'm still one of the best. And let's not forget, Brendan started in the juniors division, which is the division that we are watching right now. These kids are absolute beasts. Damon, I have had the fortune of meeting before. Him and his dad, so kind. Damon's brother as well, I believe, TCG competitor. I think when I co-streamed NAIC finals 2 years ago, was Damon competing in the finals as well. And he's a fan of the content, so I got to say thank you, Damon, for watching. He is using Mega Delphos, Mega Floette, Incineroar, King Gambit, Sinistra, Sneasler. We have seen this team as well on stream. So both players using teams that have been, you know, pretty high caliber in the Master Division. And we're going to get right into it. So there's, you know, the threat of Mega from both ends. The question is, which Mega do you commit to? We're not going to see a Mega come out from Damon's end to start. We've got Basque Legion and Scoville from the other end, so an immediate Intimidate. This is not Mystic Water, of course, on the Basque Legion. The Scoville really good into King Gambit here. If you are Damon, your goal really is ideally to not let that King Gambit get burnt. Turn 1, though, Damon right now does threaten with something like Fake Out into the Scoville and Swords Dance immediately with the King Gambit. Big question is, how are you going to take care of Scoville? Protect here on Asher, not Mega Evolving means Asher gets the roll for Moody. Okay, here we go. Fake Out. And we've got the Swords Dance, super free. Yeah, I think the double protect is not ideal here. And folks, we got a special guest. What's up, dude? What's up? Come in here.
Thank you. Wow.
Fresh off day 2 at NAIC, I've got none other than Yuki himself. Here.
Where's the camera? There it is.
You can tune into the commentary here. I'm gonna move the mic. Oh, I think okay. Hello. We're gonna be scrunching up close to the microphone. But Yuki, off awesome run at NAIC, came back, and here we are. We're gonna be co-streaming together today. He came to visit all the way. Did you just get back today?
I just got back a couple hours ago.
What a beast!
I had to join in.
Okay, so to catch you up, we've got like the Lycanroc team versus the Floette Sinistra setup stuff.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, Wave Crash, what? Is that a crit? Yeah.
I was gonna say, that didn't look like Mystic Water to me.
Yeah, so did you see the lead? Instant Gambit versus Scoville and Basque Legion?
Oh, interesting.
So it was like double protect turn 1 on this end, and then Fake Out Swords Dance. but then that crit was really bad, right? Because like Instant definitely survives on turn 2.
Yeah, now you don't have really anything for the Gambit, unless the 4th back is Sneasler, which would be really unrealistic.
Yep. But yeah, Gambit looks really good right now, right? Like, it's Scoville and Basque. It is opposing King Gambit with that black glasses. Oh, just Matcha Gotcha off the rip.
Guess one way to come back would be to get a burn here.
Ooh. Oh!
Oh, wow.
This Gambit got no damage off. Comes in, eats up 2 +2 Cowtail Cleaves with black glasses and just faints.
I guess I'm curious what's in the back over here from Asher, because if it's Scoville, it's actually pretty good. Okay.
Yeah.
Now the Scovillain is forced back out onto the field without any stat changes.
So now, like, they're just forced to take a burn on the Gambit, right? Like, there's no way around it. I guess Sinistra can bypass the redirection, though. In last respects, especially with Cassiberry, yeah, you're definitely not going to take it out in one hit. So,
yep.
Yeah, there's definitely a read on both ends. It's like, are you going to focus down on Sinistra with the fire and ghost type attacks? But, okay, we see Protect on Scovillain.
Gambit protects as well. Last respects, I mean, that's big. Will Damon respond with a Matcha Gotcha right now?
Do they also have Trick Room?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Okay. But you probably want to take that opportunity to attack the Basque Legion, right? Because even if you have Trick Room, like, you're going to force... Okay, special defense drop probably not too relevant. Yeah, because now you're forced to take the burn on the Gambit.
My other question is what Damon's 4th one is, because if you brought one of your Megas, having it under Trick Room could actually be a little bit awkward.
Yeah, definitely. I guess there's a pretty safe protect on the Basque this turn, right?
Yep.
Because there's no boost on the Gambit on the opposing end?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, no. The opposing Gambit's +2. It got a sword stance off on turn 1.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that changes everything.
So I think, yeah, Rage Powder, but then this probably just KOs. Yep.
Okay.
So you eat up the burn, but I mean, this Gambit has put in a lot of work. I think getting a free sword stance on turn 1 and just Matcha Gotcha single target into Basque Legion. Oh! Doesn't KO, but that's still so much damage.
Okay, there's no burn. This probably can KO. Okay, yeah, so there's no burn. So this can probably KO the Sinistra here.
Oh, it's a wave crash. Not last respects. Oh, that does nothing.
Probably KO itself. No, never mind. It's
yeah.
But now the Gambit's effectively at neutral, which is definitely not a bad position to be in, especially since you're face down Basque. And Sneasler in Trick Room, yeah.
This is looking really tough because it's like even getting through Sinistra alone is already tricky.
Right.
Damon hasn't even revealed what the Mega Evolution is either, which I'm honestly curious about. But yeah, it feels like the Sword Stance King Gambit with that Black Glass is just the most threatening Pokemon throughout this first game.
Actually, did they lead Scovillain?
Yeah, it was Scovillain plus Basque Legion lead. Turn 1 into Insane King Gambit, and then turn 1 was just double protect. Fake out into Scovillain, Sword Stance.
Oh, interesting.
So double protect just to get around fake out, but it does burn a turn of your own Trick Room. I think Sinistra there probably could have just clicked Matcha Gotcha since you can't fake out into that slot. So slightly awkward to burn a turn of your own Trick Room, because I think if Sinistra just attacks there, Basque Legion faints. Sneasler takes a little bit of chip damage, right in a burn.
Did Asher bring this back with a double protect? Even then, I think it looks a little bit difficult, right?
Yeah.
Because they're always threatening Sucker Punch with Gambit.
Oh, Rage Powder instead. Doesn't want to risk missing Matcha Gotcha potentially. Kowtow here into Basque Legion makes sense. Yep. And Sneasler generally into late game Sinistra, not very powerful. Best you can hope for is Dire Claw. Great Rage Powder. I think just very, very good play by Damon in this first game. Doesn't even need a Mega Evolution. Says, I'm just going to lean into the King Gambit and set it up.
Yeah. Definitely a volatile turn because there, of course, could have been a protect on the Basket Legion, but yeah, calling it correctly and redirecting the close combats.
Yeah, I like it because there's like 2 turns of Trick Room, so it's like even if you get the double, you can still just Rage Powder Kowtow next turn, but to your point, like double protect. Could have made things a little bit dicier, but now, okay, not doing the most amount, but that's still pretty good, right? Like a third to the Sneasler. It's the gunk shot, of course, we've seen on these Sneaslers. That doesn't even do half to Sinistra. Gets the poison, but Damon should be feeling pretty good about this one.
I was gonna say, I wonder if Damon could have gotten away with not revealing the Mega.
But now
with the poison, I think you're, unless you dodge Gunk Shot. I think if you could dodge Gunk Shot, there's a possibility you can keep it unrevealed. So I think that's a pretty big deal, right? Like the way you plan around Delphox is completely different from how you plan around Floette.
Yep. So I think has to be Gunk Shot here. Yep. Does manage to connect on it. Sinistra will faint after the poison. So the poison actually, yeah, really nice for Asher to see what the last Pokemon is. I mean, if it's Delphox, you know, you immediately just Mega knock out the Sneasler. If it's Floette, it's interesting because obviously it can't get hit by a Gunk Shot. But
I was gonna say, there is actually a chance if it's Floette, right? Because imagine you attack with both. Oh, okay, yeah, with Delphox. I was gonna say, if it's Floette, you attack with both from Damon's end. You connect Gunk Shot, one-shot the Floette. Gambit goes and attacks it. Probably not going to KO in one shot, right? But because the Gambit's on a timer with the burn, you actually can win the Sucker Punch mind game.
Yep. But it is Delphox, so perfect fourth here for Damon as well. Had to reveal it in the end, but I think if you're Damon, you're still happy to just take that game.
Yeah, absolutely. We haven't seen a speed boost on the Sneasler, right?
No, yeah.
And what's the nature on the Sneasler?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Okay, because if it's Jolly, I've seen some Delphox be slower than like max Sneasler, so that could have been an interesting interaction to see for as well.
Quick first game win. Yeah, okay, intermission. We've got Yuki here. Yuki, you want to introduce yourself real quick to the viewers?
Hi. Oh, well, can you open your window a little bit? Can you like, yeah.
Yeah.
Knock, knock. Hello.
I'm also gonna expand this.
Expand my force.
Boom. Nice.
Boom. All right, now I have to go to an acupuncture appointment. Hi everyone. My name is Yuki Zaninovich. I'm a caster alongside Aaron. Of course, very, very junior to him. Don't have near the amount of experience, but I actually got into casting through Aaron. So yeah, very excited to be here and casting on this. NAIC Finals. I was actually at NAIC this weekend, made day 2. Unfortunately, didn't have a great day 2, but ended top 128. Using the same team as Wolf, we actually built that team together, and it was really, really fun. I love seeing everyone's reactions on social media about it. So yeah, player and commentator, and just excited to catch all the action with Aaron here.
There you go, folks. Yuki, one of the best in the biz, both in terms of playing and casting. It is, speaking from experience, very difficult to play and cast simultaneously. Yuki's qualified for Worlds. How'd you finish in championship points? Top?
I got like 1,100, so I missed my the travel stipend by about 80 points, I think. So yeah, really close, but I'm still very happy about my finish this year.
Game 2. Right. It's going to be Sneasler Delphox, Scoville and Sneasler here. I like this a lot for Damon. The Delphox right now looking really scary in my opinion.
Yeah, I guess you have a pretty, like, the obvious place to go for fake out into Scoville, and you're okay to take the burn if it means you get a KO onto the Sneasler. Over on Asher's end, that doesn't have the focus sash, so I think it's a bit on Asher's onus to react to this. You have options to switch into King Gambit, for example, to take the psychic attacks, but of course you are at the mercy of both setup and the fire type moves.
So Damon saying, look, I don't think I can get away with King Gambit again, and Asher actually leading something that's a lot more anti-King Gambit, especially with that Sneasler. So I like the adjustment by Asher. I think Damon one step ahead, fake out here, and nasty prod. So yeah, just gets the free boost. I think the opposing Sneasler moving first, really, really big deal. And now this Delphox is looking really scary. The question I have is, do you one-shot Basket Legion at +2? I don't think so, but
I think it depends on how both these Pokemon are trained.
Yeah.
Like, Citrus Berry, Basket Legion, known to survive things like Solar Beam from most Charizards.
Yep.
So if they're that bulky, yeah, I guess off the top of my head, I can't really calculate which one's stronger. +2, is it Psychic or Psyshock?
I would have to check the team sheet. Don't have.
Yeah, But it also depends on how the Basque Legion's trained, because they might be more defensively trained, etc. So yeah, I think it really does come down to training. It can definitely go either way.
Damon, though, like, up one game, honestly probably already feel the title a little bit, but, you know, you're still so far away from it. The Delphox looking really scary, protecting itself here. King Gambit switches in, Gunk Shot onto the Delphox, and Wave Crash onto the Delphox. Nice switch by Damon here, saying, I know that I'm exerting pressure right now. Now you've got Black Glasses King Gambit with Sucker Punch into Basque Legion and a Delphox like in Psyshock Sneasler. So Damon taking that advantage and converting it even further. Really, really nice positioning to get that King Gambit in for free. And now it's looking really scary, I think, already for Asher.
Yeah, I really like Damon's using his pressure to his advantage, where he said, yeah, like, I think you're going to try to double my Delphox because I can pressure an Oko on either of them. So you're probably going to just say, okay, I'm going to let you trade so that you take one of my other guys, and then I'll take the Delphox down, and then, yeah, just basically use it as Rage Powder.
Basque Legion protects. Oh, just Heat Wave here, actually. Not even a Sucker Punch. Does that knock out the Sneasler, though? Oh. I was going to say, if Sneasler somehow survived that, then it could have just close combated the King Gambit, which would have immediately fainted. So Damon actually not going for what I would say is a safer play of Sucker Punch Psyshock there, potentially reading Basque Legion to switch out there, maybe into Scovillain, for example. Still ends up working out for him here, as there was no attack from Basque Legion, but it did risk a Wave Crash there potentially that last turn.
Yeah, it feels like Damon's just reading Asher left and right.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, you could have, just protected Sneasler and attack with Basque Legion, and the game would have been totally different. And basically saying, yeah, I know you're not going to just let me take out your Basque Legion. So, yeah, wow, what an incredible turn there. And now the Scovillain just in a really awkward position, right? You're, like, protecting the Basque, but, like, at what cost? Like, you're at +2, so you're going to do a ton of damage into the Scovillain, not going to get the burn on the Delphox, and yeah, you're probably not going to KO yourself with any kind of Wave Crash recoil, but
whoa,
very, very smart. And wow, Damon's switching out the Delphox that's got a nasty plot off. Maybe expecting Last Respects to go into that slot?
Mm-hmm. Or just saying, yeah, I mean, I think, honestly, Damon could have exerted or even traded Delphox there, because I think he was kind of in the lead.
Can you imagine if the King Gambit goes for Swords Dance?
Yeah, I mean, I think it might be, honestly. Let's see.
You can't really afford to go for a fire type move.
Oh my gosh! David!
Play here.
Oh!
I'm not wearing a hat, but I would take it off.
He's him! David is him! Oh, now you have, you know, it's like a similar position to the lead in game one, right? Where it's like you have Fake Out onto the Scovillain, you pressure with Kowtow Cleave onto the Basque Legion. Oh, just...
Sorry, I came late, but this is juniors, right?
Yeah.
This is juniors, okay, just making sure.
I was like, you could tell me this is Justin Tang playing right now in Damon's, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, the way that he... Yeah, like, made the mix-up, the switches, like, oh my goodness. So double protect here from Asher, saying, I'm just trying to get around, you know, Fake Out plus Sucker Punch or Kowtow this turn. Does Gambit greet another Swords Dance? Okay, no, it doesn't.
Yeah, so it feels like for the one time in this game, Damon goes for a straightforward play of, like, Fake Out and just go Villain and attack into Basque Legion. Now it's, like, a little bit hairy, I'd say, for Damon, because you're facing pressure, getting potentially KO'd by the King Gambit. You can't safely Sucker Punch to Basque Legion, both due to access to Aqua Jet and also the Rage Powder from Scovillain, and if you attack Scovillain, yeah, you're going to get burned. So, yeah, I think the switch out of Incineroar makes sense. Trying to get more pressure with Fake Out and Sneasler. Yeah, and protecting, yeah. So that makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, this... Oh, yep. Trying to go just for the overheat there. Gambit could have gone for a Sucker Punch into either slot, which actually would have had decent value. Wave Crash into the Sneasler. Oh. Does a lot, but with that Intimidate, not enough to get the knockout. What? Still a similar dance, though, right? Like, I think Damon... Do you think +2 Black Master Sucker Punch KO Scovillain? Kind of close, right? Like...
I don't have my mental math off the top of my head, but since Scovillain are usually trained to survive like Dark Claw from like Max Adamant Sneasler, I would expect it would be able to survive, but also, yeah, Black Glasses makes it a much stronger attack.
Yeah, Asher is totally still in this, by the way. Like, that's why I was thinking Delphox just getting a +2 Psyshock or into the Scovillain wouldn't have been bad. Like, Scovillain is still kind of annoying, but I mean, it makes sense, right? This Swords Dance it's actually kind of safe because it's like the worst is like Basket Legion gets a -1 wave crash in a Gambit or like an Aqua Jet. Now you pressure with just Sucker Punch close combat, right?
Yeah, so Scoveland just protected, so now it's a decision of, are they going to Rage Powder or not? 'Cause if they're going to Rage Powder, you want to kowtow. If they're going to Overheat, you're going to want to Sucker Punch. And at this point, since you have so many boosts, you're totally okay to, get burned, I think. And the King Gambit on Asher's end, it's just a Swords Dance double dark move, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, so... Oh, Quick Guard! Yeah, this is the big tech that we've seen from Sneasler's in the last week. So... No
Oh, gets it! That's it! I mean, I don't want to say it's over yet, but like... That's absolutely huge, right? Because like Scovillain was the one thing actually threatening the King Gambit with Overheat. So I would say like the position was still very favored for Damon, but if you like mess up and you give the opportunity to actually go for Overheat, it's huge. No Sucker Punch comes out, so Sneasler ends up fainting, but I mean, yeah, like the King Gambit's burnt, but it's +4, right? So even with the burn, it's still threatening Basket Legion with the knockout.
That's actually a pretty clever Quick Guard, I'd say, from Sneasler, because it both protects your Sneasler from being Sucker Punch, but you also prevent like a Sucker Punch plus Overheat that could KO the King Gambit. And if the King Gambit's, really trained the special defense side, it may be able to survive an Overheat, since I've seen King Gambit, unfortunately for me, survive heat waves from Charizard in the sun. So, yeah, excellent play from Damon.
The thing is, Damon still does have to knock out the opposing King Gambit, which now has a +1 boost, and it's Incin and Delphox, right? So,
yeah, it's true.
Fake out here, no protect from either Pokemon. Is it Sucker Punch? It's not, so it is a Wave Crash, instantly Incineroar. That's enough. Hold on, folks. Can Asher pull off a comeback? You would assume it's Kowtow into the Basket Legion right now, right?
Let's see, yep. So that was actually a pretty smart trade, I would say, for Asher's
end,
where he's saying, okay, Incineroar's like the only mon that like has a clearly good matchup into my King Gambit. You resist my dark type attacks, and you can do a lot of damage with Flare Blitz. Now you have a Pokemon that can be Sucker Punched and KO'd. Oh, wait.
I didn't think that was over yet.
Wait, but who forfeited?
I'm sure it was Asher, right? I think that was still not 100% over. Like, mainly because I think Asher probably was like, oh, like your King Gambit is faster than mine. It's at +4. It's burnt. Like we're essentially like we both have King Gambit, but you have a Delphox as well. So I'm just gonna lose the trade. So I think like David should win that.
But it was not guaranteed yet.
Yeah.
But wow, I mean that was excellent. I think both players played well, but I think Damon just was like lights out playing, right? Like it's not even he was like making outlandish plays or like reads that were unnecessary. Like it was like all like embedded in logic. Like for example, switching that Incin for the Delphox. Like you're not gonna click Wave Crash if you can click Last Respects, and it end up being like such a good positional advantage for Damon.
Someone said, how isn't it over? Delphox just doesn't attack on one turn. Well, then basically your Gambit Sucker Punches the Delphox. Damon's King Gambit then gets a Kowtow. So the thing is, like, because Damon's King Gambit was faster, like, obviously that it works in Damon's favor. But, like, if you are Asher, I don't know if it was a speed tie between the Gambits either, right? But if you're Asher and your King Gambit actually does speed tie, or you get critical hits on your Kowtow cleaves, like, that could change things, right? So it feels like it's a game that I would think Damon should win almost all the time. But if I'm Asher, I would at least play it out for, like, 2 more turns.
Yeah, because I mean, Asher could just say, I'm going to hard redo every turn, and let's say Delphox protects, and then you Kowtow the King Gambit. Since the King Gambit is burned, you're both taking less damage, and you're going to get some tick onto it. So, and then at the end, if you somehow get rid of the Gambit through maybe double protects to burn even more, then it becomes like a mind game of Sucker Punch. And since you don't have substitute on Delphox, this nasty plot, you actually don't have great tools, and you just have to hard read when the Sucker Punch is happening.
Like, to be clear, I think, like, Damon, was in, like, almost, like, for sure one game, but it was, because it's, like, Delphox could protect, they could, like, you could protect Delphox, Sword Stance with King Gambit, right, and so, I think the game, for all intents and purposes, felt over. I think if I were in that position, I'd probably just play it out for at least, like, 1 or 2 more turns, because let's say you do just sucker Delphox, and Delphox does get greedy in attack, suddenly it's, like, maybe actually playable, but... Of course, at the end of the day, this is the juniors division, right? Damon was also playing lights out, so definitely don't fault Asher for just, forfeiting there, because the game, for all intents and purposes, probably felt over. But yeah, I think I probably would have played out 1 or 2 more turns, but Damon, like, that second game was just, like, amazing. The one thing I was curious about was, like, the Delphox switch, but it ended up looking amazing, right? Because it ended up being Last Respects into that slot as well, so amazing job.
Oh, like you think it was a risk because wave crash could have come down?
Yeah, plus like I wonder if you just take the guaranteed trade in that position, because it's like I think Delphox is like its best thing at that point is getting just one side shock off.
Yeah.
Because like it's not gonna do like it's hard to play it into King Gambit in the end game.
That's true.
That's like one thought, but like I mean this is the juniors division. I like Damon played so
I was just gonna say like
well.
I feel like we're analyzing this if these are like two masters
yeah.
players and like we're like, oh yeah, like you know they could like hyper optimize like this one small turn, but like in reality I feel like I'm used to like seeing juniors make like, you know, fake out in psychic terrain or something, and we saw nothing close to that here.
Yeah, and to chat's point, I think good call outs. These are, you know, junior divisions, right? Like they're 10 years and under, so it totally makes sense if you feel like the game is just totally over, and it's been frustrating. You feel like your opponent's been making like the right call every turn. So really, really well done by Damon. Good call outs by you, Lantern, as well as K. But that was fast. You know, it's funny, like the VG Finals was supposed to start like an hour later, and then so I was, you know, we were planning to do this an hour later. All of a sudden, like I like TCG Finals, and I was like, oh my god, and then Yuki rushed over, and so here we are. But wow, I mean, Damon, I think both of these teams honestly are not like they don't look like junior division teams to me, right? Like
I think I was asked by somebody like, hey, like if you like it was like a coach of a junior, maybe a senior or something. They're like, yeah, what do you think is a good team for senior or junior to use? And I was like, oh yeah, like big six, like you know, Whimsicott, click Heat Wave, click Wave Crash with Mystic Water, like you know, just Oko everything. These two are like very positionally based teams, right? Like I mean, you can just like make one wrong step and just lose the game on the spot, whereas you have a little bit more leeway if you're using hyper offense. So I just feel like the quality, like the competitiveness of players is going up drastically across age divisions.
100%. That was, oh my gosh. I mean, for Damon to, like, I think Damon had a huge lead advantage in both games and was able to get that free setup, and that's what makes the team so scary. I think, like, Black Glass's King Gambit unlocks the third setup mode where you don't, like, it operates and feels like a Mega Evolution. So I think the leads gave Damon a huge advantage in both games because Damon was able to get a relatively free fake out into setup. Really nicely done. I think like King Gambit, so good into Basque Legion here. And then Astra tries to adapt by bringing Sneasler. That is the right adaptation to be instant King Gambit. But then Damon says, you know what, I think you're going to bring the Sneasler this time around, and then switches to Delphox. So gets the lead right perfectly in both games. And in game, like just once you get that set up, it is so hard to deal with. But Damon, it wasn't just one, like I think at any point, if Damon missteps and the Scovillain does just overheat King Gambit, it just completely neutralizes, right, even the boosts. And so Damon still had to kind of like maneuver it carefully, but gets another Sword Stance off, and then that Sucker Punch into Scovillain just immediately KOs it and means that there's no one-hit KO pressure onto it anymore.
Sorry, I have to read this comment. 7-time regional at 11, bros, actual red.
So it's so crazy when you get to see the juniors and seniors at internationals and they flash up the accomplishments because you're like, what? Like it's like generational, you know, like numbers. Like I was like, I didn't know this guy even exists, right? So.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
he's like super like Ash, right? Because like Ash has like gone like challenged the champion like 10 times while he was like the age of 10 the entire time, and then now it's like instead of just challenging, like Damon has won 7 times, so pretty crazy.
Yeah, I can't believe how fast-paced that is. Okay, so you guys can listen to a little bit of Scott's thoughts, but I'm gonna try to find the senior division teams, see if we can get some open team sheets for them.
Find that out.
I think Victory Road might have tweeted them, so I'm gonna look for it there. Let's see. But yeah, Damon actually representing Oceania as well, which of course does not have as much representation, and like, you know, they don't have an international championship anymore, so flying all the way over, I think super cool to see.
Yeah.
If I see it on Victory Road. Is it on?
Oh wait, go back to that graphic you're just looking at. I think it's right there. Like it's microscopic.
Oh, we can see the teams at least.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, do you see the senior division team, dude?
Should we spoil it?
Chat, you're gonna love the senior division team, chat. You're gonna love it.
Finally, time for my expertise.
Okay, so while we're here, Yuki, you just came back from NAIC. I mean, how was he? You used Toxapex Mamoswine. Everyone was wondering, and Hydreigon. Everyone's wondering about those Pokemon. What was it like? Building the team with Wolf and of course using it yourself.
Yeah, I guess I won't go into like too much details because I'm sure like Wolf will have like a pretty extensive write-up, but I think we initially wanted to use Toxapex because our gang did so well with it in the previous regulation. We had, yeah, Hong Kong Nationals second place, Los Angeles Regionals second place, and then also top 16 at the same event. So, and then it also, like, a variant that had Urshifu over Ogerpon, I think, won the last regional of Scarlet and Violet. So, yeah, like, it was, like, incredible team. And part of the reason why I did so well is because its typing was so good in that format. Like, you are, like, prohibitively good into Kyogre, into Zamazenta, Koraidon, etc. So we also started to think, like, okay, it's actually really good into Charizard, it's really good into Floette, it's good into Basculegion early game. So those are the three biggest burst type attackers in the format. So having a defensive tool into that is, like, really, really good. And I was looking through the moveset, and I think initially we were looking at, like, Infestation, Cover, Toxic to be a little bit more stall, like, really go all in on the stall aspect. But I noticed I had Wide Guard, which I think was a really, really good move. Wolf used it to a lot of success on Steelix, and I think it's actually what gives slow Pokemon, like, a lot of strength in this format, is having access to, like, those kind of priority moves, so that you're still able to move first and give some support, even when things like Trick Room are not around. So I thought it actually really enabled Charizard really well, because most of the Pokemon that threatened Charizard use spread type attacks until Lycanroc came into the picture, but that was not around when we were still building the team. So it felt like it had really good synergy with Charizard, and also had really good synergy with Incineroar, because you give additional bulk to Toxapex through the Intimidate, and Charizard really enables Incineroar because it has such a good matchup into King Gambit, which is one of the biggest enemies of Incineroar. So those are the three that I was initially thinking about, and I did pretty well in the Victory Road Tour, where I just slotted in Toxapex for the Wide Guard Aegislash slot. But then it felt really incohesive to have that Floette Sinistra part, and in order to fix some matchups such as Perish and Rain, Wolf thought of Hydreigon, Mamoswine, and these are all, like, super last minute changes that, I mean, we were scrambling. I'm sure you followed along in the chats and stuff. Like, we were, like, freaking out. We're like, you know, how do we beat Gengar? Like, we have 5 mons already, like, locked in, but we just don't know how to beat Gengar. And he was like, oh, like, what if it's Mamoswine? And, like, it's amazing, because like, if you think of, like, the Tinkaton variants, for example, like, it hits every Pokemon on that team for super effective except for, like, Politoed, I think. So it was, like, the perfect answer to Gengar. I think I still lost to Gengar over the weekend, but yeah, it was so incredibly strong. And yeah, I think the team was really, really strong. I think I could have played a little bit better, and maybe could have helped me through day 2, but I think it's a testament that we both made day 2, and Wolf had such a deep run.
Amazing insight there from Yuki. I believe we might be getting our friend Dr. Aaron Traylor as a guest as well.
Yay.
So let me give Aaron a quick call.
Wow, I didn't know he booked the flight. Amazing.
Oh, I wish you were here in person, you know, but let's ring, ring, ring.
Yeah, super nervous.
Man, that's crazy. That first final was like in and out 30 minutes.
It's not the kind of team that you'd expect to be in and out 30 minutes, right?
Yo, how's it going?
Is that the doc?
Your audio's like I had my headphones really low and I heard, is that the dog?
It is the dog.
Oh, what's up? How's it going?
Dude,
we wish you were here.
We wish you were here, yeah.
Oh, you guys are together. This is a co-stream? Well, I mean,
Are
this
you
is a
not
co-stream,
watching
but this
the
is...
stream?
It is a Coco stream.
It's a Coco co-stream. I just logged in.
And he's locked in.
Ooh, I like Rosemary's outfit.
Dude, are you ahead of us?
Yeah, I was just gonna
say. You said that before we saw Rose's outfit. I gotta refresh.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. I think I was like
maybe I'm
half
just a
second
mind reader.
behind.
Maybe I saw it on Instagram.
Rose's outfit has been like fire all week.
On point.
Like, yesterday was like a shawl thingy.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen someone wear that, like, especially in Pokemon contests.
Oh, yeah. It was really fun next to the, who was wearing the, like, white, like, the beige suit? That was fun. Was it Len? I think it was Len.
Yes. Yeah, beige suit. Beige suit.
By the way, just to talk about Damon's dominance in juniors, since we just like wrapped that up, he went 2-0, 2-0, 2-0 in top 8 semis and finals. No one took a game off of him in the top 8 bracket. Like, that is unreal. And so, huge congratulations to him for winning. Made so many high-level plays. I think, like, the adaptation of the lead in game 2 showed like he was one step ahead, right? Had the leads right in both games, and then someone pointed out, like, having the willingness to actually switch out that Delphox despite being at +2, I think is something that very few players would do, right? Because you expect your Pokemon to, you're boosted and you want to just deal damage with it. So really, really impressive.
I'm honestly not surprised to hear like the 2-0s back to back to back. Like he just played amazingly. Like he made plays that I would expect even like maybe average level Masters players would not identify. So
Totally.
Might be another. Oh, go ahead.
Now, full disclosure, I was at the farmers market instead of watching juniors finals.
Dude, welcome back.
Dude, what'd you?
Dude, it was a great day at the farmers market.
Show us your hits.
What do we get? We got dosas. It was awesome. And then I got my Labubu Dubai chocolate matcha, and that was also really awesome. But who's the coach of the two juniors? Is it Alex?
Oh, that's a fun angle. Yeah.
I think it was Alex. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
Wait for both of them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Same coach, exact same coach.
wow.
Yeah.
How would you describe World Champion Finals MVP Jalen Brunson in Pokemon terms? Who's like the most underrated Pokemon, constantly gets disrespected but works hard, and doesn't say anything, you know, it's like Toxapex. And would you believe that? Would you believe that, folks? We've got Toxapex Snorlax here in the finals.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god, that's awesome. Wait, is this the kid who destroyed me on ladder?
That's like, this is like the first draft of Toxapex we saw at all, right? Like we saw in like a Victory Road day 2, I think, like a month ago, and that's where we were like, oh, I think Toxapex is real.
Yeah, we talked about this on the stream yesterday.
Oh, okay.
We thought it was Thomas Irwin, but maybe it was this kid. I gotta stop losing games to seniors on the ladder. It's like Matt, I forget his last name, but when testing for 2024 Worlds, me and Montana were both convinced that it was an Edu ult. I think Alex Underhill as well, and then it turned out it was like a 13-year-old kid. And it's like, oh, like when he goes up to Masters, we're all screwed. You know, like that's a world champion coming on up.
It's like
These t-shirts are really cool.
Right?
Yep.
They are cool. It kind of looks chrome. Yeah. So, Connor, you guys watched the stream. You probably have seen this team. You know, no big surprises here, but of course it is the kind of new Big Six: Charizard, Floette, Basculegion, Gambit, Whimsicott, Chomp. And I'm really curious here because there's a Snorlax here, and of course that Snorlax has thick fat. Now this isn't Fisher Snorlax, so it's more ethical Snorlax, but
Interesting.
Snorlax
so sure.
and Pex here. So Wide Guard, which stops a lot of the spread moves, and Snorlax, of course, which can disrupt with Yawn and Double Edge on high horsepower. But these Pokemon are obviously very, very slow. So you guys are the Toxapex experts. What do you think? Can Toxapex come out here?
So Toxapex is like, really good into the 3 burst users in the format: Floette, Cesarge, and Basculegion that the opponent has. I guess I'm just not super familiar with how it's supposed to operate in this team. Like it obviously pairs really well with Snorlax. That like you can Yawn Infestation something. I guess there's not any like strong, and there's no fighting move on the opposing team. So Snorlax Toxapex could actually be a realistic lead over from Mateo. Traylor, what do you think?
I think it's tough because this doesn't have Toxapex's best move, which is Toxic. It's just a Apex, you know? And so I think that's difficult to know like how it really matches up into these Pokemon, because like all it can really do is like trap something, have the rest of the team kind of like deal with it, and then continue to do that. Like Wide Guard and Recover, it's like, what's to get station, you have to do something quick, or like you're really wasting time. So it will be interesting to see how Mateo deals with this.
A lot of good questions from chat about why it's not protect over Baneful Bunker, no Toxic, and it's because this kind of operates like Tinglu Dongdozo if you played in other regulations, where the idea is you just trap something in. It's not going to be Toxapex or Snorlax, unfortunately, to start.
Ooh.
So it's going to be the
I don't know.
Basculegion against the Sneasler and Frostlass here. So if I'm Mateo, I'm probably like pretty happy to see a Floette over Charizard, right?
I was just gonna say, like, as soon as I saw the lead from Mateo, I was like, oh, like as soon as I see Zard in the animation for Connor, like it's looking really bad. But I think it seems like he went for the Floette. Like I don't see, there's some matchups where you want to bring both Charizard and Floette, but I wouldn't expect this one to be one of them. So I think Mateo's pretty happy about the leads here.
So Floette Mega Evolving here immediately. Now this, of course, is yeah. Or is it just
reveals the speed tiers here? Okay.
Are base Frostlass and base Floette the same speed?
No, they both increase in speed. I don't remember. Floette goes up by 10. I can't remember off the top of my head how much Frostlass goes up by.
Frostlass goes to 121.
20. But yeah, Floette.
So yeah.
as you can see, it moves
slower.
before the Frostlass post Mega Evolution. Big fake out. So Aurora Veil will help against the Wave Crash right now. Snow boost. The Aurora Veil boost.
Oh! Wait,
Ooh.
What is this Frostlass's spread?
I want to be on whatever training regimen that
It's like
Frostlass
slower than
is
the
on.
Floette here, and less than 50%. That's nuts. Okay, so yeah, the question I have is, Mateo has a lot of bulk on his team. You got to deal damage too, though, right? Okay, and the Pex has hit the field, so Aurora Veil now boosting the defenses. Basket Legion going to protect. This opens the door for a Dire Claw. Light of Ruin, though. So much bulk, but so little speed on Mateo's team into the Sneasler. Oh! Aurora Veil allows it to hang on, though.
Yeah, Sneasler, I think, especially the bulky variants, are used to being trained to survive Moonblast from Floette, and Light of Ruin is just a little bit shy of 50% higher, so with the Aurora Veil, kind of cancels out. So yeah, it's not too surprising to me that Sneasler lives, but yeah, it's very crucial since you're able to get that revenge KO onto that Floette, which is threatening a lot of damage into basically everything except for the Toxapex. But now you have to contend with a Basket Legion with at least one Last Respect boost, so Toxapex not in the most ideal scenario. Like, you really want to face down things like Floette and Charizard, and definitely not like mid to late game Basket Legion.
I think the issue for Connor here is that this Toxapex, it might not be able to Toxic the Pokemon, but it sure can infest and then recover, like, well, 8 times, because that's as much, you know, PP as there is. But that could maybe prove an issue if you are trying to burst this thing down behind the Aurora Veil.
Wow, Aurora Veil coming
Yeah,
in
that's nothing.
Spades. And now you're trapping the King Gambit, and you can hit it for super effective damage with fighting type moves. Do you remember if that King Gambit on Mateo's end has low kick?
I do not.
I'm gonna guess you don't make a move like that if you don't, but it also is pressuring this Basket Legion here, and again, Aurora Veil making it hard to really get either of these Pokemon. It is a pretty frustrating spot if you are Connor.
Yeah, like the one downside of Infestation is that you can't trap Ghost-type Pokemon, but King Gambit's really matching up well with those Pokemon, obviously, and especially with Aurora Veil. Yeah, like even a double up should be able to KO since the King Gambit over on Connor's end doesn't have low kick. Okay, so we see maybe a potential double up here. I think without any kind of critical hits, it should be able to survive. Okay, but King Gambit over on Mateo's end going to attack first, so that's really useful info for both plays moving forward.
And here we are going to get some veteran chip in with this Infestation.
I really like Mateo's position right now. Little bit of chip from King Gambit. Also, Yuki, do you mind talking close to the mic?
Oh, okay, thank you.
Hello, hello. Okay. I think Mateo is in an awesome position. I was going to say, how do you deal damage? But when Floette like almost KOs itself from Light of Ruin, and you've got a super effective Gambit, it's looking good. So Garchomp being the last one. I mean, Pex alone is really annoying still.
But you have 2 Pokemon that outspeed both the Pokemon and hit for quad super effective, right, for Mateo's end. So I think you just have to position. Oh, but I guess the Sneasler is in Sucker Punch range. So I think you just need to chip down the Gambit enough so that even the Frostlass could KO it. Oh, interesting wide guard. So just reading a Earthquake. But the King Gambit's so low that maybe a Dragon Claw plus Sucker Punch might be able to KO. Okay.
No way. Oh my gosh. Is that a crit?
I think that definitely mattered.
If they went for
Absolutely.
Dragon Claw, I don't think it mattered.
Yeah,
but
okay, yeah. Hold on, folks. I mean, I think Connor could definitely pull this one back because Toxapex is just not doing very much right now, right? Like,
if you're Mateo, do you bring in Sneasler or do you bring in Frostlass? I think you're forced to bring in Frostlass, right? Because now, then you're like give it another like pressure vacuum where you're just threatened again by Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
But then it's like, you know, how's Frostlass trained? Like, it's very bulky, but can it live Sucker Punch? Oh no, it's Black Glasses. I
don't think so, right? Like, I
There's
actually
no
think
way.
I like Connor's position more right now.
Yeah.
I think you go into Frostlass, get the Aurora Veil up, and just play for an Infestation win, which is like the saddest thing, you know? But like the recover could make it. I actually think that Mateo might have it. Is my gut.
I think it's pretty close because you have to get this turn right. I think from Mateo's end, like if they go for Aurora Veil and you go for Kowtow, like it's not good.
Yep.
But yeah, protecting from Garchomp makes sense. It's pretty safe.
No sucker attempt though, so that's probably just a kowtow, right? Into is it? Yeah, kowtow does not risk the sucker punch, saying, "Look, I just want to make sure I knock you out," and that is enough for the knockout.
Yeah, that was really smart play from Connor because the King Gambit really wasn't threatened by anything. Like the worst thing that can happen is like Blizzard plus Infestation, which doesn't do any remarkable amount of damage into you, and you're basically scouting out for a protect or a row. Protect from Frostlass in case it goes for it, and then next turn you can KO it for sure. I think this is also the problem with Toxapex without Toxic, because now you just don't really have. You can't even go for like a turtle protect win con against Garchomp because the damage doesn't add up fast enough.
I think that's right. Yeah, I think without Toxic, the Garchomp's just the only thing that beats Garchomp on the opposing side is Frostlass, right? So
yeah, you just lost it here.
Yep.
Another thing to know is that Sneasler can't really safely go for fake out onto Garchomp. Oh, well, I guess you do, and then you.
Thank you for your service, Sneasler.
Oh,
Aaron, you're gonna say something?
Oh yeah, if Frostlass protected that turn, I actually think that was going to be a somewhat big deal for Mateo's chances of winning here, because you get like one more turn of Infestation Chip, and that you actually get this Infestation on Garchomp a turn earlier with the Citrus. You're never gonna get there, but like maybe you could have.
Yeah, you could actually then switch out the Frostlass into Sneasler. If they go for Sucker Punch or something, then you with that, hypothetically the Garchomp attacked the Toxapex, then you have another turn to protect, and if you can just get KO the King Gambit with just like a bajillion Infestations, like you're always gonna win the 1v1 against Garchomp. So yeah, actually that's a pretty astute observation.
I think here you have to Infestation the King Gambit, even if it like feels painful, because if it's Sucker Punches, this is just over, right?
Yeah, at this point, Pex with no Toxic, like it'll hang on, but it will. It does have Recover.
But it's like what is it? Rearranging deck chairs on the SSN? Like you're just calling out your own Aurora.
Wait, did you just like
did you make that up? Yeah, did you cook that up?
No, I said rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic yesterday, and I was like, it would be funnier at the SSN, so I bookmarked it.
Too good. He's goated.
A little bit behind the scenes action.
For real.
Yeah,
does this change anything? You can go for like Protect Earthquake if you wanted.
Yeah, I think that the reality is like, I mean,
it's actually pretty minimal damage. The one problem with Infestation though is that you're gonna be freed from Infestation one turn where you, even if you click at the same turn, you're not going to damage it. So, like at some point, King Gambit is not gonna take any more chip damage, and you're gonna have to actively attack it in order to do damage.
Yeah, and Aurora Veil, of course, is up right now, but is getting stalled out. Citrus so nice here as well. So, I mean, I think Connor should win this one, barring anything crazy. But I've seen Pex pull out some crazy wins, this weekend on stream. I don't think it's gonna be this one, because you have to protect here, get more leftovers, but then the next turn I think you just faint to a double up. Even with the double protect, then like Aurora Veil's expiring, so.
One detail that I just noticed is that you can actually force better mind games into like Garchomp 1v1s, for example, if you had Baneful Bunker, because if you wide guard, you dodge Rock Slide and Earthquake, and if you Dragon Claw into Baneful Bunker, then you get like a free poison without having to attack. So in those scenarios, it's actually pretty good, but because you have Protect, now the Garchomp can just like mindlessly just mash Dragon Claw.
As a reminder for chat, it is Protect over Baneful Bunker on this team because the team has Snorlax with Yawn, and so you don't want your opponents to get poisoned when you Yawn. The goal is to trap them in with Infestation, then guarantee that they fall asleep with Yawn as well. So yeah, now as you can see, Aurora Veil has been stalled out. Toxapex protects. This should just be a Dragon Claw Kowtow. Toxapex at minimum needs to attempt a double, but even with the double, Infestation is not actually doing that much chip damage. Man, this is the time where it does get the double. How many double protects has Toxapex gotten?
I love that look.
Like, I think it's like if you are using Toxapex, you get a stream buff where you always get double protect.
This is interesting. Marcus is telling us in a chat that, or Marcus and Dylan are saying that this senior is the one who came up with this team, and I think the Masters player Thomas Irwin stole this from a senior on the ladder. Yeah.
No way.
It's pretty awesome, but I can't help but notice this senior at one point may have had Fisher on the team and then backed out of it.
Yes, yes. I was gonna mention, I forgot a team preview, but I was shocked to not see Fisher because, like, you're probably not gonna invest.
The triple, okay.
You're probably not gonna invest that much into Stora's attack stats, so high horsepower is like pretty negligible, and Fissure always just gives you outs. Like, I mean, hypothetically, if you had Snorlax here, you actually had an out, right? With Fissure.
Yep.
Holy moly. Okay, so really interesting game one. Toxapex, you know, you need to get I felt like both Pokemon needed to have taken a little bit more damage for Toxapex to potentially have done, you know, manage that end game. Like, Recover, Protect, Infestation is actually really annoying in the end game, but despite all the bulk, like, there wasn't that much damage coming out. So what do you do differently from the other side?
Honestly, I think I would want to lead Snorlax Toxapex. Like, it again has like a really good matchup into Connor's team, especially since there's no setup on King Gambit. Like, you don't really risk anything by playing passively. Like, it's only like Encore from Whimsicott, but even then, like, you're still able to get Yawns into it, and yeah, especially if you are trapped with Yawn Infestation, you're getting a guaranteed sleep the next turn. So I don't think they actually have that many tools to stop that. Like, you get a burst with Charizard, but Snorlax resists that thanks to Thick Fat. So you really have to rely on Floette, but without Light of Ruin and some of their double up, you're not killing Snorlax, especially with Citrus Berry. So I would be personally, it would also be hyped for me to see that lead, since yeah, I don't know if any of us, including chat, have seen Snorlax Toxapex lead, but that's clearly what that duo is there for, right? Like, that's the concept. So I'd be excited to see that. From Connor's end, I don't know if you update your game plan too much. I guess maybe you want to bring Zard if you anticipate another Frostlass lead, but like, even though it looked a little bit unfavorable at first, like, he still was able to pull it out without like too much margin of error.
Do you always bring Floette? Like, the last, you know, there's just like no Snorlax in the last game, and there was Frostlass. I guess you won with Floette, so it's like, do you need Zard? Because it's like the Floette mode totally worked. Charizard just makes it even harder to set up that Aurora Veil, but it's so Omega bad into others. Sneasler Frostlass again, though. But yeah, this is where Zard could be interesting, right? Yep, it is Zard.
Oh, no. Yeah, Mateo's reaction is telling, like, oh, man. These are, like, the two Pokemon you don't want to see using Frostlass. But you do have the Sneasler for the Kingambit, which is nice, but the Charizard's, like, pretty uncontested.
It's kind of frustrating. You know, you would really want to have Toxapex and Snorlax here. There's a pretty neat trap that you can pull off with this Toxapex versus Charizard. This is what happened to me on the ladder. I don't know if I was playing literally Mateo or Thomas or someone, but like, you get the infestation down, and then you get your Frostlass in, and then it's Ice type Weather Ball. It's, you know, you've got Wide Guard for the Heat Wave, and then you can't really do anything about the Solar Beam. So I think that is what he's pivoting.
Oh.
Oh wow, double switch.
Does go for the Mega Evolution immediately. Sometimes the awkward dance between Frostlass Charizard is both players might want to hold on to their Mega for the first turn, trying to bait the other to Mega, so then, you know, you can get the advantage in the subsequent turn. Charizard goes for Fake Out, so both players reposition, but Connor has, you know, one of the most offensive duels in the format in Charizard Garchomp right now, and Sneasler Toxapex not really able to exert too much pressure here, right? Like, sure, Sneasler can get a close combat or Dire Claw off, but that doesn't feel really good.
As I say, one of the good things about Pex here is though that you can really stop the Earthquake from coming out, which is the scariest move from Garchomp. Yep, and that's like the primary role of Toxapex, especially when you have multiple ground type weak Pokemon here. But the Charizard can still rip like a pretty strong Weather Ball if they want to. Dark Claw could get some status here. Nope. And then yeah, good play from Connor to account for the Wide Guard there. Is it gonna KO? Oh, okay, yeah. So.
Oh dearie me, the walls are closing in.
Oh man, yeah. Yeah, that's an excellent switch over from Connor's end. Like, observing that both the Kingambit was being threatened by the Sneasler, and also saying, yeah, like, you could KO my Garchomp with your Frostlass, but that means you're probably going to Mega Evolve, and that means I could also get you with my own Heat Wave or Fire type attack from Charizard, so I'm willing to make that trade.
It's interesting, you know, like, you had to launch the Wide Guard because Connor's Garchomp launched a Keep You Honest Earthquake, but if there was an infestation on the Charizard, I actually think this kind of starts going pretty well for Mateo pretty quickly, but now you can get the Charizard out, you know, pressure this Frostlass so that it doesn't get to set up its sail, and there's not much you can do except maybe, you know, wing a regular Frostlass Blizzard right now.
Or not. Excellent switch from Connor though, bringing out the Kingambit. Pretty good position from the Frostlass here. I imagine the Garchomp probably wants to protect here, not wanting to eat a Blizzard.
Yeah, Charizard in the back. Oh my! Whoa, okay.
Okay.
Garchomp's faster than Frostlass.
Oh my
Frostlass also
goodness.
does not Blizzard, so gets a Dragon Claw off before. I mean, the speed stats, it's clear Mateo's Pokemon are super bulky, not fast. So, and, you know, to tell me this Garchomp is max speed also wouldn't shock me. We already saw Flowout outspeeding it, but obviously that's not a speed interaction you see that frequently, right? So, it is big to get that Dragon Claw off now, even with the Roar Veil and Snow. I mean, given how bulky Frostlass has been, maybe it survives the Sucker Punch from King Gambit.
Probably not Kowtow though. Ugh.
I think that that is going to be kind of thinking back on it. That Blizzard might be something that Mateo might not be happy about. Like the Aurora Veil. Sorry, it's like
Oh wow.
oh man.
Bro, I've seen this Garchomp attack in front of Frostlass 2 turns in a row. Does not get hit by Blizzard.
Oh my goodness.
Earthquake into the King
wow.
Gambit. Critical
I was
hit through
gonna say.
Aurora Veil. And
That's
low
tough.
kick. Just a brutal turn for Mateo there.
Yep. But it's hard because Frostlass is so slow, you know, and like even if it survived this King Gambit Sucker Punch, it would have to worry about the Earthquake, you know. It's just a really,
It's
really
like not completely
difficult
clear
spot
cut
to
for
be in.
Connor here though, because I mean ideally you go for like Sucker Punch plus Earthquake, but of course Mateo could switch out and Protect, and then you end up just hurting your own King Gambit. But if you go for Rock Slide, you're probably not carrying the opposing Gambit. So oh wow.
Sucker does just KO there. Oh my!
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
I feel like this is like the destiny of players who use like Aurora Veil or like screens. It's just like it
Yeah.
just hurts extra bad when.
Oh, I love that play though. As you guys see, he went for Earthquake anyway.
Yeah.
That crit did not matter because
Yep.
Garchomp was faster
Yes.
than Frostlass, so
Yes.
EQ's just double
Yep.
KOing anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Connor playing very good, covering his bases.
I
He's
actually like
staring out at the
ultimately
audience.
in this position, neither crit mattered because like it was low kick into a Protect, and then it was
Like I don't think it would have half. through
Really?
Aurora Veil. Yeah, because it
to
think it would've.
Gambit.
yeah, because it barely does half without Aurora Veil, so surely it would survive twice.
But
Like it's
I also think
Garchomp is
like,
not that strong, and King Gambit has a really high base attack. Like you need Adamant Sneasler to KO it with through Tropical Berry.
but just like given the board state, like I don't think being down King Gambit would make too
Agreed.
much of a difference if it Tox effects on its own at the end.
Yeah, it's like
Vortex,
even if your
buddy.
EQ doesn't KO, the Gambit's never getting through Garchomp, and in order for Mateo to beat Garchomp, you need to get a Blizzard in a Garchomp. Like King Gambit and Toxapex are not going to do it, right? That was like the same problem that Mateo ran into in game 1. So for Connor to have attacked twice in the face of Frostlass going Dragon Claw EQ, really nicely
Yep.
done.
No, Toxic
I love that
it's,
Mateo
like,
is
least-
running
Oh, sorry.
this out. I'm loving that he's running it out. You know, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he
yeah.
knows. You know, there are 4 Pokemon. There's a Toxapex, but just let that bad boy sparkle for a couple more minutes. Super proud of Mateo to take it all this way. It's a very, very cool team, and knowing that he came up with it and made it, you know, like a splash, not just in the Masters division. Sorry, seniors, but also Masters division. It's a very, very cool accomplishment, and I hope he's very proud.
Yeah, I agree. I was gonna say this is like the classic way you beat Toxapex is it says, "Oh, all my friends are fainted."
Yep.
Someone in chat points out
We've-
probably should have attacked on the turn. It was Aurora Veil. I agree. Yeah,
Yes.
I think that is absolutely right. It's hard because I think Aurora Veil often feels so tempting, but that added bulk didn't really go very far. And, you know, there was still a Charizard in the back. Let's not forget about that, right? That in itself is a really explosive Pokemon. So Connor knows. I'll probably have this wrapped up. You know, Mateo doing his best to show Toxapex play it out here. But I think it is all but inevitable for Connor to become our senior division champion here.
All right, while you commentate the stack attack mirror, I'm gonna go quickly break my own nose.
Yeah.
If I were Connor, I would just be Earthquaking. It's more damage. Get this King Gambit out of here. I need some Pokemon that can deal damage.
Someone said, why is he Dragon Clawing instead of Earthquaking this pack? Well, if you Earthquake, you run into the threat of Wide Guard, and then you also would be damaging your own side, right? Like, there's no downside to Dragon Clawing. He's got all of his Pokemon still healthy, so it is inevitable. Now that King Gambit faints, Charizard can come in, get a knockout there. You can see both players laughing. Connor, though, of course, now just gets a free switching. You can go into Charizard and start ripping Solar Beam plus Dragon Claw, or even just Earthquake, say, if you Wide Guard, you're not healing up, so.
Hey, you know, Toxapex could turn it around. I believe. Aaron, somebody asked earlier in between matches if we could get Yuki's favorite, what berry he would most like to eat for the Pokemon universe, and I do just want to circle back to that when he's back.
Oh wow,
That.
we're circling back to as per your last email.
Oh. Yeah, as per my last email.
Wait,
Yuki.
what? What berry would I eat? Oh, custap berry.
You'd eat custap berry.
I think because
Why?
I think that's the closest way for me to achieve teleportation.
Whoa, that's a great perspective. I love hearing that.
Like I imagine that when they eat custap berry, like they teleport and they get to just like attack Pokemon like immediately. Like that's why that's the like hidden effect of custap berry. Wait, what were your guys'
that's a great point.
Answers?
I don't know
was
if we were
boring. I
asked...
just said citrus berry.
I think I said orange berry because it looks delicious and kind of like a blueberry.
Well, in exchange for not having teleportation, I think you guys will have a longer life than me. So.
Yeah, but not that much longer. Like I only have a slightly longer one. Aaron's gonna be the one that survives forever.
Someone said hindsight 2020, but Infestation over Toxic looks so bad. I mean, I think Toxic would have been really good in this match specifically, but don't forget that the team has a Snorlax with Yawn, right? So the whole point of Infestation often is to combine that with Snorlax, Infest, and Yawn, make a slot rendered completely useless. And so, you know, both both players made it to the finals. There's so many games that we did not get to watch on stream. I'm sure there were many matches where the combination of Toxapex and Snorlax was very good, but yeah, just so much offense staring down from the opposing side, and I like the Floette to Charizard mix-up. Like, it felt like game 2, maybe there was an opportunity if the Frost Slash just went for Blizzard, the turn like Garchomp attacked. But I think as soon as there was no Blizzard that turn, it was just looking really, really strong for Connor.
I think also like this shows like the importance of like speeds on Pokemon, because you could have an unfavorable matchup, but like just by being faster, like you have one extra attack you can go off of, and by being faster than Frostlass, like I think Connor felt a little bit safer to go for attacks, because worst case you're trading a lot of damage onto the King Gambit for your Garchomp basically. I really would have liked to see that Snorlax Toxapex. Like, it felt like it was so good. Like, I feel like this is the kind of matchup where you want to lead that. But of course, he's the team ideator, so he must know much better about the team than I do.
Well, yeah, I think if you got if you led Toxapex Snorlax and really committed to it, oh, that's an awesome sign. That's crazy. I can't believe they usually they don't let you have signs in the audience.
Wait, are you like super ahead of us? Did you do teleportation?
No, I think he was behind now.
Maybe I'm behind.
By like half a second. I think we're. I mean, I'll double check.
If you do Toxapex Snorlax and you, we explained it earlier. So I like given the leads, if there was a Yawn of that King Gambit to like preserve the Frostlass switch, and I actually think Toxapex Snorlax could have been really strong in the last game, but I'm sure that Connor prepared into it. Mateo had some pretty good reasons for not choosing it.
Yes.
This just in, from the internets, apparently somebody has found evidence of like LA regionals on the 9th and 10th of January in 2027. So that's pretty exciting.
Oh,
how did they find that? Wait, okay,
you know,
chat. Everyone's like, I want to hear the interview, so we're gonna pause for a little bit. We're gonna listen to the interview. We're gonna, because I listen to feedback. So
to be able to make it all the way here, and for this to be my last shot as a senior is I can't even describe the feelings right now.
I mean, this is your 3rd time making it into a top cut. How did it feel yesterday when you realized you'd be competing here on the stage today?
It was an odd feeling. I thought I was gonna, after my round 8 set versus Matthew Henry, where I frankly got quite unlucky and I was tilting a good bit. I thought I was not even gonna make top cut, and then I was able to pull it out, and then had a couple really close ones on the end of started today, but I was able to get through and make it to the finals and win.
Well,
he's really well spoken, like for what, 15-year-old.
Your confidence, especially that turn where you earthquaked into your own King Gambit. What was going through your mind at that point?
Whenever I earthquaked through my own King Gambit, I kind of thought like I basically had the game already wrapped up. So as long as I didn't throw, and I was like, I don't need King Gambit's HP very much because I still have a Basket Legion inside the back. So I was just able to get through the board positions with that. The King Gambit's HP didn't really matter, so not much really to say about that.
Fair enough, fair enough. And do you have any advice for anybody who's watching who, might be inspired by your perseverance to make it this far in the tournament and finally claim the title of international champion?
Work with your locals. It's one of the most underrated parts of VGC. The only reason I got here was because of the Florida VGC scene. So, work with your locals. That's my main advice.
All right, Connor, thank you so much. Congratulations again. Do you have any shout outs you want to give to anybody watching now that you are our senior champion?
I want to give a shout out to Carrie and Zachary for helping me prep extremely hard. I also want to give a shout out to all my friends at Spaghetti Comos for helping me throughout my entire journey.
Did you say spaghetti comos?
So Let's hear it once again.
Did I hear that
Yeah,
right?
I was gonna say spaghetti. What?
That's awesome. Someone said, is that Yuki? It is Yuki. We've got Yuki here and Dr. Aaron Traylor on call as well. That was a great interview. I mean, he's 15.
Yeah,
like,
wow.
well done. I mean, it's been really commanding victories, and I think a part of it is it feels like both in juniors and seniors, whoever wins game 1 makes a nice adaptation in game 2 and has a huge lead advantage right from the start as well, right? So adaptations are such a big part of Pokemon, and it's really hard, I think, often being down a set because suddenly you're like, oh my gosh, I have to adapt to potentially what my opponent just did, but potentially do I call that they're going to flip to a new strategy as well, right? And sometimes that balance can be the difference between, forcing it to 3 games or just losing super quickly 2-0. So,
but I also want to like contrast that by saying that it's easy to adapt. Like, let's say you win game 1 and you want to adapt to their adaptation. Like sometimes they're just going to do the same thing or like lead the same thing, and you're like caught off guard of like, oh wait, like that just didn't work for you. Like, why are you doing that again? And then you end up losing. So you actually have to be like pretty like astute about when you adapt your game 1 lead. Like, are you sure that it's not just like optimal like all the time, or it's just like it just happened toward in game 1? So I think that stuff is really hard to identify.
Yeah, props to Mateo. I think this is obviously a very different style team than what we're used to seeing, even though it does have Sneasler, Gambit, Basculegion, very different spreads. Would have loved to see Snorlax in the finals. I think, that's a Pokemon that really has not gotten a lot of attention, and Thick Fat obviously is interesting into Zard. But yeah, to me, I think one of the crucial dynamics of this matchup is Mateo. I think if he wants a chance, probably needs to land a Blizzard into Garchomp. Garchomp otherwise is actually just entirely too good because it's actually hard for Mateo's team to deal with it. Basculegion also wasn't coming out, so there was no Last Respects threat. And it means that Garchomp just is entirely too hard to KO because you've got Pex, Frostlass, Gambit, Sneasler. So there's no burst damage for it other than that Blizzard. So Mateo had an opportunity in game 2, but ended up going for that Aurora Veil. Really, really like Connor's decision to just play aggressively and say, look, I'm up a game, I wonder if both players knew that speed interaction as well. That was something I was curious about. It's not every day you see a Garchomp outspeeding a Frostlass.
Yeah, definitely not. Something I was surprised by was how slow a lot of the Gengars were this weekend. Like, a lot of them, I feel like they were just supposed to outspeed, like, Modest Floette, Modest Charizard, etc. I wonder if there's a way to play Frostlass where you just want to be, like, super bulky. I mean, it made sense there, right? I mean, like, what was it? It was, like, Kowtow Cleave that it took, like, at less than half through Aurora Veil. Like, it was insane.
Mm-hmm. Also, crazy how fast it's been. It's already like we're only an hour in, and it's like juniors and seniors are already over. So, okay, what do you think about Masters Finals, Yuki? Any thoughts?
Let's talk, because we actually have the open team sheet here, right? So I think we can like already talk about this, and these are both players that we can talk extensively about as well. So
yes, this is Rios. And Francesco.
Shelly, can you like screen share?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Should just pull these here so chat or stream can see.
Yes. Oh, nice. So I guess I have like interesting insight because I talked to Francesco backstage yesterday, and just after he had like won, and he was talking about like how he feels about the matchup and stuff, and he was like, oh yeah, well, first of all, like, I know this team so well, like, I was confident enough that I made, like, a paid report on it, so I'm feeling very good. And second of all, like, I'm the one who can click Rock Slide. Like, I have Wide Guard, Eric doesn't have it, like, like, it's, like, I got it. So he sounded very, very confident, and, yeah, I don't have, like, a great understanding of the Aerodactyl mirrors to know if having Wide Guard or Aerodactyl is, like, all you need, but it seems like a big advantage, right? I guess the speed interaction between the two of them could be interesting, although they are both mega, and I think you are like inclined to be max speed on both because being outsped by the other is just so bad.
It is interesting. It's like, Mega Arrow, Mega Char was kind of like what was really popular in the meta at the end of like the first ranked season, so about a month ago. Someone said probably split the tabs into 2 horizontal windows, show both teams at the same time. That's not a bad idea. Although I think right now it's window capture on OBS.
How do you do it horizontally?
I think if I change, hold on, chat. Hold
Please
on.
hold.
Let me try display capture instead. Okay, and then we go.
Oh,
Here's one.
okay, and then
Boom.
boom.
Boom. Thank you for that suggestion,
That was awesome.
Mixonary. I think you guys can hopefully still see it.
Yeah, so left is Francesco and right is Eric.
Yeah.
It's interesting, so just from like a Mons perspective, we have Basque Legion over on Francesco's side, and then we have Furgraph in that slot for Eric. I wonder how relevant that is. Like, you don't really want to go for Trick Room mode in this matchup, I think, with Furgraph, and also you're kind of like a liability because your speed tier is so low, and you don't have access to Helping Hand. So yeah, I would expect the Furgraph to be that relevant. And yeah, you definitely don't want to go for Trick Room because you enabled the opponent's Sylveon King Gambit too much, probably.
I feel like Ice Fang on Arrow looks really nice here, though, right? Like,
You
okay,
pressure the Garchomp a lot, which is usually like a big pain for Aerodactyl.
yeah. So my
Hey
first
guys, I'm back.
What's up, dude? We're talking about the matchup for Masters Finals. So my question to both of you, do we think this ends up being both players bringing Mega Arrow? Do we think Charizard comes out? Do we think it's a mix of Arrow and Charizard? Like, is there like a clear cut, like, I'm always going to go with Mega Arrow in all 3 games, or do we think it's going to be a mix up?
I guess I can start. Like, I think it's interesting, like, Zard's position here because it's the only one that can resist Sylveon's attacks. So, like, it's a good defensive option there, but otherwise, it's not looking great, right? Because you are taking quad super effective damage from Aerodactyl and Garchomp, and I guess from Garchomp on Eric's end doesn't have any rock type attacks, and you have Wide Guard on Aerodactyl. So theoretically, you could bring dual megas. So I think it's a lot more likely for Francesco to be able to lean into dual megas, but because Garchomp on Francesco's end has Rock Tomb, and you don't have Wide Guard on your own Arrow, I would find it really difficult for Eric to bring Charizard here. I think it's like the 4 rightmost Pokemon that I would want to bring if I was Eric, I think.
Yeah, that makes total sense to me. I think like Furgraph is often a nice Pokemon in these matchups if you see a Sneasler on the opposing side or you see Fake Out, right? Sneasler obviously being one of the Fake Out users because you can mix it up as a switch in. One of the values of Furgraph would be to block, say, a Sucker Punch or a Hyper Voice from the opposing Sylveon, but I agree with you, Yuki. I think it's like the offense that you get from the Sylveon, Garchomp, and King Gambit just seems super good. I could, with Francesco, because it is a more supportive Aerodactyl, right? It's not just, triple offense. It's, has the Wide Guard over the Ice Fang. You could flex it as just a regular pick to block Rock Slide from the opposing Aerodactyl. And then this Garchomp does not have Rock Tomb or Rock Slide, so of course it can resist Charizard's attacks, can Dragon Claw into it, but won't be able to threaten it with the one-hit knockout. So if you go like Arrows, you could go Arrow Zard, I think, on Francesco's side because specifically of Wide Guard.
Yeah, I think one thing that's interesting to note is that in general, it looks like Eric's team is a lot more offensive, whereas there's a little bit more defense on Francesco's end. Like the 2 decisions I'm looking at is Ice Fang versus Wide Guard on the Arrows, and then also the Hyper Beam versus the Hyper Beam. Hyper Beam versus Yawn on the Sylveons. So there's a little bit more like repositioning ability, I think, on Francesco's end, because worst case, you can Yawn a Pokemon that's like a threat to something you want to protect, like your Aerodactyl or your Charizard, and then be able to either trade correctly and sleep or force like a switch. Whereas, over on Eric's end, like you're just immediately exerting a lot of pressure with the Aerodactyl, even into something like Garchomp, which typically doesn't like to see. So you can really kind of tell the difference in playstyle between the 2, but I don't know if one particularly gives an edge over the other. I think if you're both leading Aerodactyl, I would probably want to be in Eric's shoes because you just have so much more offensive options. And worst case, even if they do have Wide Guard, like you can just say, yeah, like you can Wide Guard, but that means your Arrow's not attacking this turn and just force that to happen basically. And the off chance you do get Rock Slide off, like you're basically the fastest Pokemon, right? Like you have like priority moves, I guess, over on Francesco's end, but like you connect 2 Rock Slides on Pokemon that haven't moved yet, like you have a 50% chance to basically have Fake Out for free.
Someone in chat mentioned Francesco likes to chip down with Heat Wave, Earthquake, Hyper Voice, then clean up with priority moves, so wouldn't Frig not be bad? I mean, I think that's an interesting point. I think One of the questions I have here is like, does Francesco respect Farigiraf? Like, I could see a world in which like game 1, Eric doesn't bring Farigiraf, and Francesco says you're not going to bring Farigiraf. I am going to go for my priority moves, and then in game 2, like there's a mix-up where Farigiraf does come in. The tricky thing about Farigiraf is it's mainly just going to be used for prio block. Like, you're not going to get much damage output from Twin Beam. Thunderbolt's actually not bad theoretically in a Charizard, Basculegion, Aerodactyl, but it's not going to like get knockouts necessarily, and those Pokemon generally will trade pretty positively against you. So if you are bringing Farigiraf, 1, you have to make sure you get value out of that prio block, and 2, like it can be a little bit awkward positionally because it's just basically one of the slowest Pokemon in the matchup. So I could see it coming out at some point, but I think it's harder to lean on for like every single game, for example.
One thing that's interesting about the Farig on Eric's end, though, is that because you have Stomping Tantrum on the Garchomp, you have the ability to hit King Gambit over on Francesco's end without having to worry about Wide Guard. And because King Gambit's like the biggest threat to Farigiraf, if you can clear the King Gambit, you not only enable the survivability of your Farigiraf, but you also, have more options to Trick Room.
Hype video for the finals. We are moving so fast. Pokemon champions, games go quicker than ever. Even with Toxapex and Snorlax. Although we didn't see Snorlax in the last one. And this is an epic finals. Eric Rio's looking for another international title. And Francesco, he's come so close. Top cut every internationals. Can this be his moment? He's been hunting the title for so long. One of the most accomplished players without an actual championship.
Goodness, look at the height difference.
Yeah.
This is like Wemby versus Jalen Brunson.
Rocking the jorts as well. He was so fashionable.
Did you see the pose that Francesco struck yesterday?
No.
Like after he won, he did the thing where you like turn around 180 and then you like there's like a soccer player who did that. Do you know soccer well?
A little bit, but not.
Yeah, it's like a maybe someone in chat knows, but
I think so.
let's listen.
Let's see how it goes.
All right, best of luck.
I feel like if
Do you
I
like
were
the
on there,
jorts
I
call
would
out?
bluff. I'd be like, no, I think it's so bad. Like but I'm gonna try my best and like let my opponent like feel a little cocky from that. You know?
Ronaldo C. That's the one.
Oh, that's what you're referring to. I see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is sweet.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. How do you feel about your matchup going into this final battle?
Can we get some analysis of the water bottle that Francesco is rocking? Zoom in on those stickers.
It's looking orange. It's a good color.
It is looking orange. It's the color of passion. I think he's gonna battle with full heart.
Anybody who's helped you get here on your journey? Eric, you first.
I want to thank all
There appears to be a hole in his jorts. Several holes. That might affect the course of the battle. Sorry, I don't have that much more to add.
Oh, someone in chat says personal Discord way too loud.
All right.
Oh, sorry.
Eggs 943. I hear you. I'm gonna lower Aaron, Dr. Traylor. Man, you're already at 80%, or I'm lowering you to 70%.
C minus.
All right, best of luck, Pokemon trainers. Please take your seats. Casters, take it away.
The grand finals here. Okay, who do you guys think is gonna win based on the teams and the players? Do you give either player a team advantage?
No. They're just so similar.
It's really
you know?
difficult. I would say it's actually pretty even. Like after looking at the team sheets like really extensively there, like I think both trainers have tools. Like again, like I think Eric has a bit more offense and Francesco has a little more defense, but I don't think one is more lopsidedly better than the other. Like I think you do have to get turns pretty correct if you have like an arrow mirror, and I would anticipate that to happen. So it's gonna be pretty volatile.
What's the kid? Thank you for the $10. Appreciate your support the whole weekend. If I've been mispronouncing your username, I do apologize, but thank you for your support.
I feel like YouTube should give us like pronunciation cards, kind of like how they give us like for commentary, so that like we actually know like.
I just want a clean finals because I think this has honestly been like I've like never seen so much RNG in an entire bracket. But ooh, we've got their friends here, Alex Gomez. All right.
Oh yeah, I want to hear what they have to say.
Wait, is that Suika?
We're like,
oh my god, that's so funny.
I think he practiced a lot, and in the past 6 international championships, he made 5 times top cut, and even the worst result was top 32. Yeah, it's.
Wait, Suika's English is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's badass.
I think
He's trilingual, by the way.
Really, really big chance for him to win the tournament. So I wish he wins.
This was Suika 6 initially, right? He finished #1 on the ranked ladder.
But I think, did he have Farade?
I know, it was this 6. Yeah.
Eric has been preparing for this tournament for a month. He has been playing around Farid Giraffe.
Yeah, Suika's a new addition to Team Aqua.
Team.
Did you see the promo video for that? It was sick.
No.
It was like SS Ann went to Japan and then picked up Suika and then like brought him to Italy.
That's funny.
So chat, basically for some context, Suika, the player that you see on the left, he was the one that finished ranked #1 at the end of the first ranked season with the exact same 6 that Francesco's using. And so the meta's evolved a bunch since then, but Francesco was like, I think I found the best version of this. I've adapted, the initial version Suika had, and here he is in finals, even after all the Charizard meta adaptations.
Any thoughts on leads here?
Arrow Gambit.
From who?
Eric.
Okay.
Because it's like Focus Sash Gambit and Ice Fang. Like, it's just so much offensive pressure.
Yeah, so you threaten the Garchomp, which is like the biggest threat to Gambit.
And I believe he will do it.
Yep, and not having Intimidate to reduce that damage is a big deal.
Dude, they're both 4 attacks, I think, right?
On Arrow?
On Gambit, sorry.
I think so, yeah.
Because as an Italian player, the last NAIC, the
on
final
my
was
phone.
Fede and Marco. Both of them is Italian player, and they are one of the best player in the world. And I think Francisco can be the same level. Yeah, even better. Yeah.
Suiko run rank season with Glimwims. Yeah, sorry, he had one. It was the previous version of that team was the Aerodactyl team, and he qualified for Japanese Nats with it. I basically thought it was the best team going into the last week of the rank season before the Glamora adaptations. But that's correct.
It always confuses me when people say Suika team in this format because there's like multiple.
Yeah.
He's built multiple go-to teams.
I think Italy might have way more players than us, and they might be like some of them might be better, but I think
Ice Fang knocks out Garchomp, right? I would be shocked if Garchomp would have survived that.
Representation as we have right
Depending
now.
on the
Citrus.
bulk.
I think the Spanish community.
Ice Fang can also miss, by the way. It can also flinch. If you like drama, it's the best move possible.
Yeah, the thing is, Ice Fang's actually an inherently weak move, right? It's like 65 base power. You're not getting stabbed. You're getting Tough Claws, but it's only 1.3 boost, right?
Yep. Yeah, you'd have to definitely be a super bulky, and I feel like Garchomps have trended a lot less bulky for this tournament.
Yeah, so both Gambits are 4 attacks. The one on Eric's end is Sash. The one on Francesco's end is Chopple.
Oh, you can feel this moment. I mean, for Francesco, you can see there, he's never won a tournament before. He's looking for his first win, but like, don't let that fool you. This guy has come so close so many times, literally top 4 EUIC. I think he's one of the hardest working players in the game. So consistent. And I think that adds an extra level of stress when you're playing in something like this, because Eric has been in this position multiple times. He's won at internationals before. He's won regionals before. He's got in top 4 and top 8 at Worlds before. So he is used to being in this seat and winning specifically. And no matter, players, matchups, you throw all of that out the window, there is an added layer of stress when you are sitting in the seat knowing, and this is a Pokemon Champions Internationals, the very first one, right? It's not, the stakes feel higher than ever. There are more viewers, it feels like, than ever, right? And so that can really get into, no matter how close you get, you have to get over the finish line. But I think, for both players, they know how big the stakes are. Yes, exactly.
Which is a completely different dynamic. Yeah, I also want to call out that Francesco has gotten back-to-back IC trophies. I mean, I would love for anybody in the chat to fact-check me, but I'm not sure if anybody's done that before. Like, that's really hard, right? Because he was, top 4 UIC.
You have to go LAIC into EUIC or EUIC into...
like, even if you wrap around to, like, let's say NAIC to LAIC.
I'm sure there has been an NAIC to LAIC. Probably like Ashton or James Beck or something.
Okay.
But we can
But regardless,
find it.
Us historians, the fact that we can't think of it on top of our head probably means that's pretty difficult. Yeah, I don't know what you do from Francesco's end into Gambit arrow lead. Like, it's pretty oppressive. You hit everything for super effective damage. I'm really dying to know the Garchomp spread from Francesco's end, because I'm sure you can survive if you wanted to. It's just that these jolly Garchomps, like, you want to be faster than at least, like, modest Floette, right? So that means you lose a lot of stats there, and you also don't want to hit too weak. Like, you probably want to Oko Zard. Oh, actually, you probably can't Oko Zard with Rock Tomb anyways. So yeah, that's the part's interesting.
So if it's Gambit Arrow from the other side, what are some strong leads? I think I'm thinking something like Chomp Basket Legion could be interesting. Someone in chat mentioned Aerodactyl Charizard. I think it's just spooky because of the Sash Gambit, and I assume that that Gambit's going to be faster as well, so you can't go your own Gambit, right? Because you could actually theoretically not Mega Evolve, keep on Nerve, low kick.
You could also lead Arrow, Basque. So I'm not sure if you said that when you said next to Basque, but you threaten like a Tailwind plus Wave Crash play like immediately. And I'm assuming that, yeah, you're bulky enough to survive non-Black Glasses fake Sucker Punch, so that's one way to exert pressure, I think. God, it's so volatile. Like, I can't stress it enough. Like, being able to Tailwind first, being able to Rock Slide first, like, it changes everything.
Yeah, like, you know, their teams are very similar, obviously, and the natures basically are, like, the same on the key Pokemon as well, and so how these Pokemon are trained are going to be a really big deal. Coming into this tournament, you know, these teams were quite popular, and so I think a lot of players started upping the speeds. I would expect both Aerodactyls to be max speed, but if for some reason one isn't, that can give a player a huge edge.
Wow. Oh, because each player had like 24 hours, like they had like their entire squads to like reverse engineer things, right? So I wonder if like both sides like looked at stream matches and like looked at like damage calcs and said like, oh yeah, like, you know, this arrow has like too much bulk, so it must not be max speed or something. Like, I think that level of depth is like necessary. But yeah, let's go right into the leads here. It's gonna be exciting. First finals of an IC with champions. Arrow Sylveon. Okay, interesting. We see Sylveon. Gambit Arrow. So Gambit Arrow coming out from the opposite end. Oh, Unnerve activating first on Francesco's, and that's a big deal. So at worst, it's a speed tie, but at best, it means Francesco's moving first every time. And the speed stat is lower. Sorry, the HP stat is lower on Aerodactyl on Francesco's end, so that could be an indicator.
I feel like Gambit's really advantage here, right? It's
Yep.
hard to actually get damage out on it.
Threatening with Iron Head onto both of these. I'm actually kind of surprised to see Francesco lead the Gambit, but I guess it's like if you wanted to keep on Nerve, then it would mean you wouldn't Mega Evolve your Aerodactyl, so then Francesco would be like, well, then I can Mega Evolve my Aerodactyl, Tailwind Iron Head, or Tailwind Low Kick.
But your Chople makes it really safe into opposing King Gambit, right? So that's actually a really smart lead, in my opinion, from Francesco's, because you're resisting every attack coming out from Arrow. Okay, wait. Which one Mega Evolve first? Okay, it is Francesco's. Right? Okay, so that's 2 speed interactions. That's faster. Yep, because he also Mega Evolved. Oh, man. I'm going to keep track of this because this is
it's a huge deal. Huge deal.
Yeah.
Okay, whose Aerodactyl will move first? Is it a Protect? It's just a raw Rock. Wait, that's 3 times now.
That's right.
Francesco's Aerodactyl was indicated. It had moved first. No flinch.
Tailwind.
That's a big tailwind. What's this over here?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a big knockout because that was like the biggest.
Yuki, closer to the mic.
Aerodactyl, but also, yeah, now he can go for like Fergraph to not only keep exerting pressure through Tailwind, but have more options to set Trick Room at the tail end of Tailwind. So yeah, wow, this is incredible.
Tailwind up now as well. Sylveon, of course, neutralized on the opposing side. There's no wide guard, remember, on the opposing Aerodactyl. So that was a big knockout on turn 1, but Francesco right now can go blow for blow and respond with Sylveon. It is now positioned really nicely. There is the threat of wide guard, but of course Eric can launch an Ice Fang into the Aerodactyl freely into Francesco's slot. Neither of these Aerodactyls have Protect, so it's going to be a wide guard.
For wide guard, that's so risky.
Is it just Ice Fang right now into the opposing Aerodactyl?
Oh! That's a huge read. I mean, that was definitely a hard read, but it pays off in spades. Now, Sylveon on Eric's end needs to recharge, so it cannot attack this turn. It gets a big Hyper Voice off. Sylveon probably not in range of quick attack, but wow.
I'm shocked he did an Ice Fang there.
Wait, sorry. how did the Sylveon move first on Francesco's end? Do you see that? It said Sylveon must recharge at the very end of that turn.
Recharging happens at the end of the turn in
Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness,
I think what's really interesting about the Hyper Beam is that it forces, like, you really want to take advantage of the Pokemon's recharge turn when you're against the Hyper Beam that just knocked out one of your Pokemon. But because of all the offensive pressure of this Rock Slide, Aerodactyl had to spend a turn wide guarding, which meant that you couldn't really take full advantage. I would argue that Francesco actually didn't get much in return for the Hyper Beam, you know, which very nicely done by Eric.
Yeah,
what are the speeds right now, though, right? Because, like, King Gambit is Focus Sash, so it's under Tailwind.
It's adamant, so it's Aerodactyl max speed, it should be faster.
Exactly, yep.
So actually, wow. Yeah, because it doesn't say because he just up his own Tailwind, it looks bad, but because Eric has 2 slow Pokemon, Aerodactyl is guaranteed to be able to have Tailwind up. Yep, wow, so it's 2 turns delayed, which is a big deal.
Is Gambit faster than Sylveon? If it is, does it just Iron Head? Yeah, is this a one-hit knockout onto Sylveon? It is! Wow. I think Francesco probably has some training on that. That's, I would guess, a damage roll, but that's just going to be an immediate knockout. Another Hyper Beam!
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, so much aggressive play from Eric Rios here. That's a one-hit knockout after a one-hit knockout. I mean, this Gambit being Focus Sash, having speed, is such a big deal in a matchup like this. To be able to move before Sylveon and Iron-Headed, absolutely huge. And with Focus Sash, you would assume it's Advent, max speed, max attack. Garchomp comes in, but it's a 3v1 now.
It is not, like, it looks really bad for Francesco. It's still not over, though, because the Sylveon guaranteed to not be able to attack this turn, and Tailwind is going to expire from Eric's side on this turn. So from the following turns, the Garchomp will be able to attack first, and because it has Citrus Berry, something like Kowtow Cleave and Sucker Punch should not be able to KO. So depending on what's in the back, there is a chance, but yeah, you just can't keep spamming Earthquake. That's the problem here. Let's see how much Kowtow Cleave does here.
Oh, does not activate the Citrus Berry.
If Gambit was like a little bit less, then like let's say the last is like Charizard for some reason, then you could go for like Rock Slide, and even if Gambit doesn't attack, then maybe Rock Slide plus Rough Skin would be able to KO it, but...
If you're Francesco right now, you are praying it is not Garchomp coming out. You are praying, like, I hope it's something like that Farigiraf, because at least with Farigiraf, your only offense into me is that Twin Beam. So, not 100% over yet right now. But it's Garchomp. Yeah, that is the worst Pokemon for Francesco to see.
Have you guys clocked that there is special finals music playing in the background, I think?
Oh, this is the music that's playing in the Nationals. In Asia. Yeah. So yeah, great point. That's
dude, this song is sick though. I feel like I'm watching like an anime, you know, battle right now.
For real.
Heck yeah.
Honestly, I think the only way Francesco could win is A, have his Garchomp be faster.
Yeah, Dragon Claw needs the crit right now. Does not crit. If you get that crit, I mean, it's still tough because then you eat Rough Skin, you eat Kowtow, and then you're in Sucker range. But then, like, maybe you can play the Sucker Punch mind game. But yeah, Dragon Claw response, and Eric Rios Hyper Beams twice. One-hit knockout, King Gambit, Ironhead, one-hit knockout. Oh my goodness.
That was so explosive.
Yeah, the Sylveon, like, being able to just Hyper Beam into a Protectless King Gambit and just guarantee that knockout, such a big deal.
Yeah, I thought it was a big deal when Francesco could get that 2 turns of delayed Tailwind up, but because of the speed interaction, like if the Sylveon, for example, on Francesco's end could go first and get like a Hyper Beam off to, a Hyper Voice off to get rid of the Sash on the Gambit or go for a Yawn, it could have been totally different, but because of the speed interactions and the Oko, right, like Francesco looked really surprised when the Ironhead KO'd it. And he shouldn't be surprised from the King Gambit spread because it's like Sash Adamant is probably 205. So he must have been like maybe trained to survive it, like most likely, and maybe got unlucky or something. But wow.
What do you do differently now? Right? Like if I'm Francesco, I'm like, wow, that Sylveon kind of just crushed me. Like Arrow Sylveon is the lead that you want to respond to. Like that's number one, right? And then you also have to think about, well, what are the mix-ups that Eric could do? He could go Arrow Gambit, which is what we were talking about coming into the game as well.
So in the 3 instances that the arrows were on the same speed tier, all 3 times Francesco moved first.
Yeah.
So Francesco should just say, okay, I'm down a game. I'm just going to assume that it wasn't that I got lucky on 3 speed ties. I'm always faster. Then you can actually form cohesive game plans, right? Because Eric's Aerodactyl doesn't have Protect. So you could do something like Tailwind Wave Crash, for
Yep,
example, and guarantee the KO. So Francesco definitely has options if it's not a speed tie. If it was a speed tie, then it gets pretty hairy. So I would expect something like Aerodactyl Basket Legion coming out from Francesco.
Yep, that would be the response to the Aerodactyl Sylveon. If you're Eric, then what is the response to Aerodactyl plus Basket Legion? Assuming that it is going to be the faster Aerodactyl on the opposing end.
If you hard read it, then maybe you can lead something like Aero Zard so that you set up Sun and reduce the damage output coming out from Basket Legion, but at the same time, like, sorry, is it Mystic Water on the
Basket Sash?
It's Sash. Okay, so in that case, yeah, you're definitely not KOing Aero through Sun. So, okay, so it's okay,
Aerodactyl Gambit. That's
the
the lead
that you were talking
game
about.
one.
Okay, it's gonna be Aero Gambit. Oh,
Okay.
as well. Okay, again on Francesco's end, so maybe the arrow is always faster from Francesco.
Gray Wilson, you have nothing to apologize for. All good. You just wanted to hear the interview. No worries. Thank you for coming back.
So you
I
could do
feel
something like... Sorry, go ahead, Aaron.
Oh, no. I was just going to say, like, I feel like it's so hard to switch your lead up kind of reactively, given how much prep these players have done overnight. You know, it's like, do I want to, like, pin it all on what they're going to do, or switch out?
Do you just go, like, you could go not Mega, right, if you're Eric?
Oh, to get... Oh, on Tropical Berry.
Yep.
Okay.
The question I have is how fast is Francesco's Gambit? Like,
it's Sash on Eric's, so I would expect Eric's to be faster,
well,
right?
for sure, yeah. But okay, so Mega Evolution once again first.
Wait, which...
There's
it looked
Francesco,
like
I think, right?
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I was going to say... Okay,
This is so... Even turn 1 is so much right now. Yep, no Mega Evolution.
Wow.
Just Rock Slide here. I mean, if it's Tailwind low kick, like Francesco's in such a bad spot. Does he get a flinch right now? No flinch!
Oh, man.
But this is the important one. If you get the flinch on the Gambit...
This is why I thought this was such a scary lead. Oh! It is the flinch.
Here we go.
Wow.
Yep. That's a big
I was like, if you don't get that flinch, the game feels so cooked. If you are Francesco.
And now it's completely table's turn because the Aerodactyl took a ton of damage. You're being threatened by a Sucker Punch coming out from Francesco's, and that also means you gotta like set up Tailwind for free, right? Because we know the Sylveon's gonna be slower than the Aerodactyl. If you're threatening Sucker Punch onto the Aerodactyl, yeah. I guess the only other way to prevent Tailwind from coming up is to switch in for Rigorath. But yep, it's the Garchomp.
Ooh,
Yeah, and it's like, you know,
Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch does fail. Sylveon, opportunity to attack. Aerodactyl now sets up Tailwind, so the speed is matched. Francesco gets an extra turn. Hyper Voice comes out. That's a lot of damage onto both. And critical hit onto the King Gambit. Reminder, neither of these Pokemon can protect right now on Francesco's end. And there's no Ice Fang on the Aerodactyl either.
It actually might have been pretty important because it looked like it was going to do just under half. And in that case, for example, Aerodactyl could have gotten a flinch on Garchomp, and then Sylveon would have been forced to Hyper Beam or something to KO the King Gambit. So now, basically, Eric only needs one Pokemon to move to get rid of the King Gambit, and that'll open up a lot of doors for him. This Aerodactyl just really poorly positioned, doesn't have Ice Fang, so can't threaten the Garchomp, and Sylveon's still at full. So yeah, like, able to delay Tailwind again and get an early KO, but the momentum's still on Eric's side, in my opinion.
Agreed, yep. Okay, let's see. So tense right now. Francesco, tournament life on the line. It's just Sucker Punch into the Garchomp, okay? So,
okay, Soft Sand, though, can dual wing be
get the KO. Oh, it's a
Sylveon.
split. Okay. So we assume both Pokemon are going to faint now.
I'm not sure why you don't just try for a Rock Slide there. I guess you wanted more damage on the Sylveon for something that you have in the back, but it feels like a potential risk, you know, like a leaving something on the table, you know?
Yeah, so what could be the brings in the back? If you want to get that much damage on the Sylveon, my hunch would be that you have Garchomp, so that you can KO it with something like Earthquake. Okay, so then what's its partner, though?
Sylveon.
Sylveon, okay. So Eric has 2 more turns of Tailwind left? No.
Yes. Ones are going to balance out, right? Because Francesco can double protect to stall Sylveon's, like to stall Eric's, and then Eric can double protect to stall Francesco's.
Unless he gets a KO and then the arrow is kind of stuck to dry and like is forced to take it.
Do we know who Sylveon is faster?
No, we don't.
That I think would be huge. It's like if you're Eric and you have a faster Sylveon, that could make all the difference.
Okay.
Let's see.
Detect on Sylveon.
Oh my gosh.
Really smart play.
So Rock Tomb there means I don't have to play around Sylveon speed ties, but Eric says I'm not going to give you that Rock Tomb. Hyper Voice, though, of course, will come out now.
Should pick up the guard Trump since they got some chips, so that was like a really smart sucker punch earlier. So now you have Aerodactyl that can't protect, which means the Garchomp certainly will be able to attack before it, due to how the Tailwinds were staggered. Oh yeah, wait, I think it's game, right? This should be game, right? Because it's so low, like, you can just go for... I don't even think you have to go for Rocks, or like Rock Tomb. You can just, you can Dragon Claw Hyper Voice.
Yeah.
You have to get Double Protect from Eric's end.
I think Eric actually might win because you can Wide Guard, and you can't actually get.
He doesn't have Wide Guard.
That's a problem.
Oh, he doesn't? You can't.
Yeah.
Where's Wide Guard? What the heck?
It's on Francesco's end. Yeah, he has Ice Fang.
Oh, but he doesn't have Protect?
No. Ice Fang, Tailwind, Dual Stab.
Man, I was
Oh my
I was
God.
like, I was thinking if you're Eric, do you bring out your last Pokemon? Oh no, you don't have a last Pokemon. Yeah, you've lost your Pokemon.
Okay.
Well, Dragon Claw comes out. I mean, it's just doesn't go for a double. That should just be a double knockout, right?
Yeah.
That extra turn of Tailwind made all the difference.
Yeah, with no Protect Arrow.
Wow.
Very, very
What a
nice
fight.
win.
This is so fast paced, but oh my gosh. And, you know, granted, Francesco clicked Rock Slide turn 1 both games, right? So him getting a flinch is kind of expected out of, like, Rock Slide double connecting twice. But, I mean, if you're Eric, you probably were like, oh my gosh, please don't flinch, please don't flinch. Like, if I don't flinch right now, I one-shot King Gambit. I'm in such good shape to take the championship. But this feels like such a fitting way to end Regulation MA, just with Rock Slides, you know? And
it really is like one of the strongest moves in the format.
Yeah.
I think. Like Aerodactyl by default, not having to hold Scarf and being the strongest, fastest Pokemon in the format, and able to get Rock Slide, which has like great coverage into one of the strongest Pokemon in the format, Charizard. Like, yeah, it makes a lot of sense to me that we see both in the finals. And I really do want to stress that this was not going to be like this if Eric's King Gambit didn't flinch. Like, if it didn't flinch, then it was going to get a low kick off onto Francesco's that was going to get an Oko with no access to Chople through Unnerve. So does Francesco want to go for the same strategy again and say, I'm just going to hope that I get at least one flinch? Actually, no, you can't. If you flinch Arrow, but you don't flinch Gambit, you're still in a losing position, right?
Right, because the low kick still comes out.
But then that means next turn because you got damage onto Arrow, right? So that means you can get Tailwind up, assuming that Francesco's is faster. Actually, it might not matter because you also broke Focus Sash. Assuming you double connect, you broke Focus Sash on Eric's Gambit. So actually, you might just need one flinch. I think.
Do you just keep clicking Rock Slide turn 1 if you're Francesco? Like, I don't like. Is that the optimal way to just gamble for the flinch? Like,
I would love to see Arrow Bask. Like, I feel like Eric can't afford not to lead Arrow. And if you bring Bask there, it's so good. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Oh man, game 3.
Is it Aerodactyl leads on both ends?
Oh, Eric leading with Sylveon Aerodactyl. Okay, on Francesco, and what is it going to be? It's going to be Arrow Gambit still. Oh my goodness.
It'd be awesome to see Eric's Unnerve activate first. You know, it's just like, oh, they were speed
Someone
tied
said,
this
how
whole
would King
time.
Gambit get one shot? Aerodactyl kept Unnerved, so it cancels out the Chople Berry. That's exactly why Eric did not Mega Evolve in Game 2 on turn 1.
Yep.
So what do you do here if you're Francesco? I think you have to click Rock Slide, right? Like, if you Tailwind, like, your King Gambit's still going to underspeed their Arrow. Especially since they have no incentive not to Mega Evolve first turn. So you have to click Rock Slide. So wait.
This is
I think
Eric's.
Eric's Unnerve went off, right? First, just
No.
now, I think?
No. It went
No.
second, but it just.
Oh, they have been speed tying.
Oh my goodness, I
Right?
can't believe it. Francesco's went first at least 5 times, maybe 6.
Yeah, like, this is what you expect, but
This
like
is
we didn't get
insane.
confirmation of it
This is
until now.
insane.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Still punches Sylveon. Flinches. If it doesn't flinch.
If it doesn't flinch, is it, right? And if it does flinch, this could also be
Tailwind.
Oh my
Is
goodness.
it Hyper Beam? Oh! Bro, what is this game? Whoever designed Regulation MA, I hope you're watching right now.
Yeah, I was just thinking this. I hope there's a meeting
What are we
at some
doing?
headquarters where heads roll, you know? Like, this is the fun interactive gameplay.
Bro!
Yeah, it's much bulkier than Eric's, and Arrow's attacks are all resisted by the Gambit. So King Gambit should be able to attack here, barring any crits or flinches. The problem is, what do you do with the Aerodactyl? Like, do you switch it out to conserve it? Because you can get KO'd here, right? Like, with, like, I don't know, Dragon Claw, Ice Fang, ignoring Wide Guard. So I think the pressure's all on what does Arrow do on Francesco's end.
Okay, Eric.
Oh, interesting.
Pivoting out his Aerodactyl, going out into King Gambit right now. Back against the walk, stomping Tantrum into the King Gambit. It's going to do a lot of damage, get it quite low, but does Francesco respond?
Okay.
Gonna get Tailwind up on his side. Aerodactyl not in a great spot. Offensive low kick! Low kick into King Gambit!
Wow. What a call.
Yeah, what a call here from Francesco, punishing that switch in, and now this King Gambit down to its focus side, and just inches have been knocked out and rendered useless once again.
So the thing is, this King Gambit cannot protect right now. It does, like, so you could Sucker Punch on the way out, but Aerodactyl on Francesco's end can go for a Rock Slide, right?
So you're not even forced to Sucker Punch with Francesco's King Gambit. You can just attack with Aerodactyl.
Makes a lot of sense. Get rid of that slot.
And he staggered Tailwind by 1 turn. Oh my goodness.
Sucker Punch knowing I'm on the way out. Let me just try to get some damage.
How much damage is Garchomp gonna do? That's the big question here. It
Does
doesn't have Rock Slide, so it has to go for Dragon Claw here. Or if it,
does it get an attack off right now, folks? This Aerodactyl has been clutch. He wants Francesco to win his first international championship. Does not flinch. Dragon Claw comes out. Doesn't knock out Arrow.
Let's see how low the Garchomp is on Eric's end. Okay, yeah, it's not in range of Sucker Punch. At least I don't think it should be. Yeah, since it's not Black Glasses. Arrows are speed tying, and there's no protect over on Francesco's end. So this is, I think, the pivotal turn. If you can get the attack right on Eric's Arrow, if you think it's going to Rock Slide, you Wide Guard. Actually, is there a clean way to win, actually? Because you staggered Tailwind by 1 turn, and Arrow can't protect on Eric's end, so...
You can always Sucker into either slot. Sucker on Garchomp wouldn't KO it, but would bring it in Sylveon KO range, I think, from Quick Attack. Yes. Sucker Punch comes out into Arrow. Wow, that is so much damage.
Oh, wow.
Critical hit is out. Whose Aerodactyl moves first? It is going to be Eric's. So, Eric should neutralize this, bring it down to 2-2. But the Tailwind is staggered.
Sylveon is going to hit the field and be everybody's problem. But here's the issue, is that I believe that this Aerodactyl might be faster than the Sylveon, even despite the Tailwind mismatch. But then
the arrow's pretty low, right? Like, it just took a Sucker Punch.
Yeah, Garchomp comes in, and that's kind of...
If it's Garchomp Sylveon, right? you Quick Attack Dragon Claw into Arrow.
Yes.
Yeah,
and it is Sylveon Garchomp and Francesco.
How much HP does it have? Oh, it's less than half.
That's gotta have gotten it. You don't
risk the Dragon Claw, like, assuming that it KOs. Like, you Dragon Claw Quick Attack. Like, I mean, what can the Garchomp do? Like, it can't handle both Sylveon and Garchomp at the same time.
Francesco, he's been chasing this title for so long, working so hard.
Okay.
Here's Quick Attack coming out. Last turn of Tailwind. Arrow can't protect. Dragon Claw here should secure the knockout. It's all up to Eric's Garchomp here, but folks, I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough.
Go for a double crit or something. Let's see. Oh, yeah.
That's going to be
Francesco stone cold right now.
If he gets a double crit and he's a faster Garchomp, it's still possible. That's the only way, though, because he gets O-code by either attack from Sylveon and Garchomp. You have to double crit here and be faster.
Earthquake comes out. Francesco.
Oh, look at Francesco.
He's got it. That was the most regulation MA finals I've ever seen.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god, this pose is awesome.
Take it in, Francesco.
Wow, the camera did a great job on that too. Oh, wow. Yeah, because I want to hear all of it. Keep it going.
Oh, he did that.
Wow, what a match. The most hype part was that we didn't know it was a speed tie until game 3.
Yeah.
And we saw so many Undernerve interactions, so many Mega Evolution interactions.
We've gotten to see this matchup last year at NAIC.
That was such a sick fight. I can't get over it. Like, it was perfect. Like, The flinches.
The miss
the
into
misses, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Do you think it was
I think
over
this entire-
if the Sylveon didn't flinch?
It would have gotten a hyper beam off, right? So it would have been similar to game 1.
Well, so but here's the thing I
That's
think
right.
about the flinches is that Francesco was playing around the staggered tailwind in all 3 games, right? And like I think that was a huge part of why it worked. You know, it's a little various minus if that hyper beam does go off and take a KO, but if you can actually get this tailwind up, I mean, you know, Aerodactyl can actually move before Sylveon in a mismatched tailwind and get another one up, and like that one turn of tailwind is why he won games 2 and 3, right?
Yeah, but also imagine if you win the speed tie and you just don't even risk the rock slide flinch and just hyper beam. Sorry, you can't hyper beam first. I guess you still are gonna rock slide before Sylveon attacks. Yeah.
You're always exposed to the rock slide. I think it's like the like kind of subtle thing about these board positions.
Yeah, and it's also pretty inherently risky because hyper beam is already low accuracy, so you have like just over 50% chance to connect hyper beam actually.
Yeah, the staggered tailwind is like so smart because Eric has protect on so few Pokemon. So normally if it's only a 1-turn differdifferential, you as the opposing side can protect. All right, we'll pause.
We got the interview.
Hear from our champion. We'll increase the volume. I got you.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Listen to that crowd. How are you feeling?
I'm doing great, yeah.
Keeping it consistent, keeping it cool. I love to see that. That was a very exciting set against Eric. You lost game 1, won game 2 and 3. There were some rock slides, there were some hyper beams, there was a lot of back and forth. How'd you have the composure to come back in that set?
Oh yeah, after game 1, I think I had great odds of winning that game actually, but some things didn't go my way. So I was like, yeah, he has to get them again in order to win. So I just played, and yeah, if he gets it, he gets it. But nope.
And both of you had very similar teams, right? Both Mega Charizard and Mega Aerodactyl. A format dominated by Mega Follette. You both chose to have Sylveon instead as your fairy attacker, and Sylveon was great there. Why were you so confident that Sylveon was the right call for this event?
I like Sylveon because it has a great special defense and also allows people to use a team that doesn't require having Floette in the game. I likely have mine because I stole it from my brother. And, and he wants it back, so yeah. So I didn't play it because otherwise he would have said, yeah, only thanks to my Floette, you know. But no, his win is also his, so ciao, GG. Yeah, Sylveon is great because it has spread damage, and I can use double Mega basically because when they play Floette, I play with Sylveon using the Fairy Aura and with the Sun. So I have like double condition my Fairy Aura because it's also mine because like it affects all the field, and the Sun, right? So because Charizard I think is broken and needs to be used in most games, as many games as possible, and so like I didn't like having both Floette and Charizard because when you don't Mega Ball Floette, it's not really a good Pokemon, right? So yeah, I like Sylveon also because Sylveon allows you to play with Aerodactyl better than Floette because Floette is more fragile, right? So it needs a priority speed control, right? While when you play Sylveon, you can use Aerodactyl, which is broken, and you can rock slide your opponent, so I like that, yeah.
Now, Francesco, you joined the illustrious list of Italian international champions in the Masters Division here in VGC. We talked with your friends before. We know you want to prove you're one of the best trainers in the world. You proved it here today in New Orleans. How much does it mean to you to be representing Italy in this moment?
I can just say one thing. La Coppa rimane a casa!
I don't know what that means.
Translator
in chat?
Yeah.
Please chat.
It might be a World Cup thing?
To give to them.
Yes, I want to shout out the friends that helped me prepare for this match this morning, first of all. So, Flavio, Federico, Marco,
the cup remains home.
Julio, and Justin were in the room with me, along Stefano,
okay.
Giuseppe, and Luca.
Wait, can I just say how sick it is how many people in chat knew that? Dude, kudos.
Yeah,
we got some awesome chat. Thank you, chat.
Which helped me make this a reality.
English speaking crowd goes mile.
Eric has the best.
Family. I spoke with my father before this tournament. He was not sure if I should go because I sacrificed so much for this game, and he feared I was risking, you know, to go in a burnout. So for my health, he cares a lot about me and said, Francesco, I don't know if this is the right move for you. I think it's a huge gamble. I looked at him in the eyes and I said, exactly, it's a huge gamble. And he said, the final decision is yours, and I decided to come, and well, here I am today.
And the rest is history. A round of applause, Francesco Piahero. All right, we're gonna get ready to close out the show with the dynamic trio of Scott, Lee, and Sierra.
Oh my gosh,
that was an amazing interview. That was
he
really
said
good.
it was a gamble, but with his list of accomplishments, it seemed like it was only a
Congratulations to Francesco. How Pokemon champion so fast. All 3 finals in sub 2 hours. That was speed run, even though we had 3 games in the finals.
Yeah, not to mention like interviews in between, setup and promo video, all of that.
It is funny because I think the #1 thing people wanted the devs to do in like week 1 and week 2 of Champions was to reduce the rock slide flinch chance. They didn't get touched. You know, I was like, hey, if the devs are serious about making adjustments, like I think that's the #1 thing I would fix. So we'll see if it gets adjusted, because
most curious.
Yeah, most curious.
I think it'll help once we get like Pokemon like Lucario Z, Absol Z, etc. that can outspeed Aerodactyl. I think the problem was that Aerodactyl was the fastest Pokemon barring Choice Scarf.
Yeah.
Even some Choice Scarf ones like Basque Legion couldn't outspeed it, right? So I think that was the biggest problem.
Oh my gosh, those turn 1s could play out so differently if you run the set over and over.
Yeah, run
again.
it a million times. Like I'd be curious how favored it is, especially after we found out that it's not. They were just a speed tie. After all. Like if it was like Francesco always faster, then yeah, I would say Francesco's like heavily favored.
Sid, do I think they're gonna change the move pools at all? No. I could see like I don't know them giving.
I was thinking about this.
Archaludon like body press like as more stuff gets added, but like I don't know. I think for now I would not. I guess I also read your question and thought about them taking away moves rather than adding moves. So I could see them adding moves as like the formats become more like higher power, but that's my initial thought.
Yeah. So I was thinking about this on my walk to the venue yesterday. Incineroar not having U-turn. Have you ever thought about why?
No.
It's because they want to nerf AV Incin, and AV's not in the game right now. So you think like, oh, why would you nerf it? I would guess it's because they want to not take away moves from Pokemon as much as possible. So they said, okay, by the time Assault Vest comes in, we want to have the foresight to not give it U-turn, so that's not that like broken.
Right.
I don't know. That's just my theory, but I don't see, because like Parting Shot is like strictly superior, like in the context of this format at least, right? So I don't see why they would take it away. Not just a theory I had.
No, that's a great theory. Chat, I am just with you. I want to see some regulation MB information. I'm going to be honest, I don't think we're going to get it. But you never know. You never know.
Damon and Asher, so much swag and aura right here. I love the color coordination. This is very cool.
I think the juniors have more aura than most of the masters. I can't lie to you.
I agree.
Guys.
I agree. I'm with you there.
Wait, what is the drip that Damon's wearing?
I don't know. I think it's some like sponsor. Maybe some like local card store or something.
Did Scott just say aura farming?
Aura farming, I think.
Wow.
Guys, I low-key think we're just not gonna get an MB announcement. Then it's like regulation MA, right? We had like no information, and you like log into Pokemon Champions in 2 days, and they're like, "Here's the roster. Good luck, have fun." That's my guess. I truly don't think we're gonna get any information.
I don't know. The Pokemon Champions Twitter account posted this morning plushies of Mega Raichu sitting across from Mega Tyranitar and Gengar and Charizard, so I think we might get a little sneak peek.
Vixenary, thank you so much for the 20 Canadian. You are so welcome for the casting. Thank you for watching. Did Eric blow his 1-speed interaction on his Mega going off first and not the move itself, or was that just Champions code? Sorry, I'm slightly confused by the question.
What was the question?
Did Eric blow his 1-speed interaction on his Mega going off first and not the move itself, or was that just Champions code?
Yes. Oh, it's like the one time that we found out that they were speed tying was the Mega went off first, but that is a different speed interaction than the actual move order. Like, so we thought that Francesco was faster, and then we saw the Mega activation, and it's like, oh my god, Eric is first. And then Francesco Mega Ball second, but still attacked first. and I think that it's very similar like terrestrialization or Dynamax actually worked the same way. It's frustrating, you know, but I think like yeah, you know, if it was reversed, you might have seen a completely different game 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was just crazy because like every interaction, like every unnerve, every mega, like Francesco, and every time it was like Francesco moving first.
Yeah, the odds are crazy there. Oh,
Yeah.
they're both holding Screamtail.
Like my expectation
Francesco
would be
holding
for
a
them to
little
speed
bit
tie to be clear, but then we kept seeing indications that Francesco's was moving first, so I was like, is it actually speed time? But then in the end, it did confirm it was a speed tie.
What's the probability that you hit it 6 times in a row? 1 to the 2 to the 6.
The Chaos Wolf 2941, thank you so much for the 1.
1 in 64.
Spamatron, thank you so much for the 5. Since we aren't getting anything official for MB until Worlds, is there a particular grassroots tournament you're looking forward to? That's a good question. Are there any? I mean, I know Victory Road always has some, but you know, there might be a celebrity tournament happening in Los Angeles in 2 weekends featuring some special guests, hosted by this man right here.
Perfect placement.
For those that don't know, Wolf is doing a tournament. It's 8 coaches, myself, Yuki, Aaron, Traylor, and many of our friends, coaching 8 big content creators, and we're going to get them up to speed in competitive Pokemon. It's going to be in Regulation MB. None of them have experience in VGC, so it's going to be a wild experience. A lot of really, really big names across the content creation space, so should be a really fun and unique experience. So that's going to be it. I'm looking forward to honestly any MB tournament because I'm not playing at Worlds. I'm just excited to cover the format, try out new teams, new Pokemon. Obviously, all my friends are going to be training really hard for Worlds. Every tournament should give us some good insight on like what good teams and strategies are, but that one should be fun.
Sorry, I just need to point out Wolf's new pose here. Like I'm used to the one where he's like, or like this, and then you're like who me? Who me? And then now
Is
it's like
he eating his glasses? Is that like, you know, one of those like glasses thingies in his mouth a little? Is that a little hungry? A little hungry backstage? Is that what's going on?
Actually, I gotta zoom in. What is going on? Wow, he's so good at the pose game.
Like absolutely. This reminds me of when we were like thinking of like how to train our Charizard, and I was like trying to get more bulk on Charizard, but he wanted a little bit more special attack. And he was like, you know what, Yuki? If a King Gambit survives Heat Wave, I'm gonna eat my desk. And I was like, well, Wolf, there's some high special defense King Gambits running around these days. And he's like, doesn't matter. Take your Trump out of the desk. Nom nom. And now he ate his glasses. And look at those 3 world champions in a row right there. Bam, bam, bam.
Someone said top 4 NAIC is guaranteed Worlds. Yep, that's right. But as you might imagine, the top 4 are so good at the game, they all had already qualified for Worlds beforehand. And so, yeah, Francesco, Eric, 2 of top players from Europe, had championship point invites. Wolf had secured his Worlds invite after Indianapolis just from championship points, and then Shoma qualified from Japanese Nationals last weekend. So back-to-back qualifications for him.
It's not always the case though, right? Like with Arsenal, with Indianapolis, like one event of the year and you just automatically qualify.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Ko had qualified from Japan Nats as well. Dawe needed a big finish at this event. I think maybe just top 128, but that's still not an easy feat when the tournament has over 1,000 players.
Yes.
Adrian, I think, needed top 16 in this tournament to qualify for Worlds. Got it. Marcus was already high up in the championship points, so he didn't need a huge finish, but an amazing run by him after so many great performances. Grant, thank you so much for the 5. Great to see you here, man. What is your #1 wish for the next regulation? Rock Slide nerf. And just more fun Mega Evolutions. I have no idea what Megas they're going to add, but I hope whatever like ZA Megas there are, like I just hope they're fun and not super crazy.
Yep. I think like if I really want there to be enough of an ad, like I think my worst case scenario is if MB is MA plus Raichus. Like that would not be a good feeling for me. Like
way. Right? Like they have to bring Rillaboom. Like electric type coverage was so lacking in this format, and you had stuff like Aerodactyl and Basculegion just like wreaking havoc.
Wait a minute.
Imagine you just have only Electric Surge.
Hang on. I wanna go back to a point you just made. There's so much electric type coverage missing from this format. That's what you said?
Yes.
It's, there's like this hole in the format. It's like, we have this whole puzzle and there's just one piece missing. And you think that maybe they're gonna
bring
MB to kind of be
like mini Miraidon?
The Raichus? Yeah, maybe. I mean, there's no Rain Setter Mega.
It has
right?
rising voltage, Aaron. You can't just let that thing go uncontested.
They're a flying type Pokemon. They're Pokemon off the ground.
And then I'm gonna rising voltage them.
Yeah, and it will do half damage. That's how Rising Voltage works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at Chris Brown. I like Chris Brown's fit. It's a good suit on him. I'd like to see a tie, but that's okay. Just kidding.
Guys, I wanted to say a huge thank you for tuning into the Coach Stream all weekend. I think Coach Stream for almost 20 hours. That's like half a 40-hour work week, guys, which is kind of crazy. But it doesn't feel like work, which is awesome.
Click that sub button. It's right there.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, just wanted to say, I don't get to stream very much, but it is an honor. I had a lot of amazing friends. Yuki literally landed back from New Orleans after an amazing finish. Day 2. He's been so consistent in this game, so it's going to be awesome seeing him at Worlds. Aaron joined me online for all 3 days. He was waking up from Pacific time. You literally set an alarm for 6:30 a.m. to join the stream. We had Jonathan Evans as well. We had Marcus Haman. We had Justin Karras, all some of the game's greatest minds. So it's a very unique experience, I think, to get to do this. I love casting, but to be able to riff with friends, talk strategy, stream for all of you, it's been amazing. The community here has been awesome. The chat's been great, so give yourselves a round of applause as well. Thank you for tuning in. I don't know when I'll get to do this next, because I think often with regionals, I'm either casting, playing, or at a wedding, like some social obligations. So yeah, every one of these opportunities I don't take for granted. James Evans.
Oh yes.
Yes. So it's been a blast. You'll hear more from me soon. I won't be playing at the World Championships, but I might be commentating, so more on that in the future. But yeah, it's been an absolute blast, and there's plenty more Cybertron VGC content to come in the future.
Heck yeah, there is.
Yes.
Thanks for having us, man. It's been so much fun to be up here to get to just chat. I really like the relaxed vibes, It's like when you're up there commentating officially, you gotta, it's very buttoned up, and it's nice to just be here in my house yapping about Pokemon and, which berries we'd like to eat and, the Jorts game. But I just it feels very special, and I don't take a minute of it for granted. Ooh, man.
James is made for stream. I do want to say he's not here right now. Follow the King Villager on Twitter. He is so good at speaking. I could ask him a question and have his insight for 3 minutes straight. This is our World's finalist. He's one of the most decorated players in the game. Seriously, huge props to him. Huge props to everyone for jumping on. I feel very grateful to have all these amazing people in the community. Once again, grateful for you all. Someone said, let's wait and see if they announce anything before you end it. I will. Let's see. Let's see.
What's up, Marcus? We see you in chat.
Oh, what's up, Marcus?
He bit the trophy. That's epic.
That's awesome. Wait, who did? The junior champ?
Oh.
Almost, which means? Oh. My goodness.
Oh.
New location drop?
Oh, turn up the stream.
Oh, where we go?
Chicago, please. Chicago or New York.
New York, please.
Chicago or New York.
As we look ahead to the 2027
Indianapolis.
season, you might be wondering what we have in store. Well, we've got a little sneak peek for you.
Chicago or New York.
What is this?
That's Chicago, I think. No.
Oh, wait. Moving from
that's not true. That's New Orleans.
It's going to.
Oh! NAIC into Lollapalooza, baby!
Oh my god, that was the bean.
I lived in Chicago for a year. I got all the Rex for you.
I don't know about you guys, but I am so excited
I
for Chicago.
love Chicago. Chicago, summertime Chicago, if I could pick one city in the country to be in the United States, it is Chicago. Like summertime shy. Catch me running at the lakefront. Catch me getting deep dish pizza. Chinatown in Chicago.
Will be taking
chef's
place
kiss.
this August in San Francisco, California, and we are excited to share a few details about what fans and competitors can expect from this unforgettable weekend.
Please, Cybertron VGC meet and greet. Please.
Oh, I don't know what to expect. Oh, it's the full art?
Oh.
Lego?
Oh! Yo, what the?
Build-A-Bear? Squishmallows? Oh my god.
Oh.
Well, it sure looks like
Lego.
there's
I can finally build my life-size Lego stack attack.
XP this summer.
But wait, there's more. We've also got a
What?
first look at the reveal of this year's World Championship promo card.
No, please. First look at Regulation MB.
Oh? Oh? Oh, it's like the spectator.
Oh no, that's oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't get one last year.
Please do. Oh!
Ooh.
Oh, it's like window.
Like the sleeves.
Oh. I think the grind logos might right. Oh, this is the new one. Here it is.
Oh. Archelodon? Whoa.
Ooh.
There is an incredible group of Pokemon waiting on our promo cards for this year's World Championships. Not only are we continuing the tradition of the Paradise Resort promo card, but we also have a new Pokemon XP promo card to celebrate this event.
Rose, please,
And
one
also,
more.
don't
One more.
forget
MB.
exclusive World Celebration Tournament prizing, which includes the World Celebration Pikachu promo cards. Visit your local Play Pokemon stores between August 21st and August the 30th to participate. You can find a Play Pokemon store near you by heading to Pokemon.com.
Countless trainers have battled all season long for the chance to
I didn't know
compete
you were
at
a
the
Sixers
Pokemon
fan, Aaron. I thought it
World
was the Knicks.
Championships. For our final reveal, let's take a look at some of the exclusive items available for those who earned their 2026 Worlds invites.
I thought she was gonna say exclusive items in MB.
Yes, I thought so too.
Assault Vest, Choice Specs, Life Orb.
Ooh.
Those are not the items we're talking about.
I'm gonna consume.
Could you imagine how hype would have been? It's like items and then a Life Orb just flashes on screen and then you see like a Koraidon come over and pick it up. That's a sick bag.
Oh, that's sick.
Okay, wait, this is holy.
I need that jacket, you guys.
You're gonna be tripped up by the end of something. I can feel
Okay, I will say that jacket is freaking fire.
I need that jacket. Like, the past couple years, I just want a hoodie, right?
I guess we saw an Assault Vest.
Wait, but I'm assuming the gold and white one, that's like the champion, right?
Yeah. But it said top finisher. I wonder if they will give it beyond just first place. Because only first place gets exclusive, like, clothes right now.
And trainers who earn the coveted title of 2026
Bro, but it would
World
stress me out so much because I'd actually want
chance
to wear it. But
look
could you
forward to
imagine,
those
like, going, I'm like, what if I
gorgeous
lose
white and
this, you know?
gold
Like, what if I
items
leave
from
it
the
and I never see it
exclusive
again?
World Champion
I lose my stuff
For the
all
most
the
up-to-date
time.
information about Pokemon XP and the 2026 Pokemon World
detergent or something.
Championships,
Yeah.
Pokemon XP
Literally.
website and the World's website.
Come on, Rose. I know you have
With
one more
that,
announcement
it
for
is
us.
time to
I know
say
you're lying.
goodnight.
Please.
But first, we
But
want to
first-
thank you all so much for being here today. Whether
don't
you're
have to
here
thank
with
us,
us
just-
in the audience or you're watching from home, you are all part of what makes this Pokemon community and all of these events so special.
Oh, Rose.
Let's also take a moment to thank our fantastic event staff, professors, and
Yes, huge thank you.
Yes.
These events
Yes.
are so big now. You don't understand how much effort it takes for
These
it to
events would
happen.
not be possible
They were troopers
without
hanging out
the
with us,
work
like,
that you all do.
As we look ahead to Worlds
Whenever I'm playing, I
next
always
year's
take a couple
competitive
seconds just to
season,
say, like,
make sure
you know,
that you check
I
out
really appreciate it to each
Pokemon.com/broadcast
judge I come
and
across.
follow our
Like, it's
Twitch
not,
and YouTube channels
you know,
so
it's
you never
really
miss a second of that
difficult to
action.
do with you.
In the meantime, rest up, keep training.
Chicago
and
NAIC is going to be
remember, as a
amazing,
great
guys. I will
Pokemon
post like
trainer
a
once
Google
said,
Doc about my favorite spots in
"Wonderful
Chicago.
dreams and
I
ideals
lived in Chicago
give
over the
you
last
the
year.
power
I loved
to
it. It is an
change the
amazing,
world."
amazing city.
Good night.
NOLA, honestly, low-key way too hot. Like when I went, it was the humidity, crazy, but like, and Chicago ORD is not the flashiest airport, but very like flights everywhere. United hub, like
It'll be
I'm
so
hyped
much
for
easier
it.
to fly
I'm
too.
really hyped for it.
They let me on the flight when I got there 20 minutes before my flight takes off, so they have me special by heart.
Guys, oh, go ahead, Aaron.
I was just gonna say that I, like, living on the West Coast, I have missed, like, 3 of the past NAICs because the flights are, like, crazy expensive or, like, time-wise, and it's just, like, being able to fly to ORD is huge. But yeah, wrap it up, brother.
Yeah, the best thing, if you fly to ORD, blue line takes you all the way down, get to the city. It's gonna be great. Like, it is genuine. I love the city so much. I think actually, as someone who grew up, you know, in New York. Yes. Goodbye, volume.
Bye-bye.
Anyway, yeah, I love Chicago. It's gonna be amazing. I hope that means we'll have a bigger venue space, more people, you know, like can compete and be a part of this or even spectate. Because, you know, I tried 4 times, guys. I went 0 for 4 on registration. So hopefully we get to learn more about future events as well. Unfortunately, no Regulation MB news, but that means when Regulation MB drops, it's gonna be freaking sick.
Shout dropped on Twitter.
Yep. 2 days. Anyway, folks, thank you so much for tuning in to the Cybertron co-stream. It's been a blast. Yuki, Aaron, any final words?
Thanks for having me.
Heck no, thank you so much for having us.
Yeah.
All right, chat. That's going to be it for this one. I uploaded week 1 of the Wolf Draft League against Mount, so please go check that out if you want to watch some crazy action from things like Mega Sableye. Not a word I thought I would mutter. That'll be coming out every week. MA is wrapping up. I don't know what tomorrow's video will be quite yet, but we shall see. And then, yeah, MB is going to start, and it's going to be full force for me. I've got a few weeks left with this full-time stuff. Might be trying to do it for an extra month. We'll see in July. It's been a blast. Maybe more streams in the future.
Subscribe if you want him to do it more.
Subscribe! Please. Anyway, seriously, thank you, chat. Thank you once again to all my guests. James, Yuki, Aaron, Marcus, Justin. Thank you to all the fantastic viewers for sticking throughout. And we will see you soon. All right. Bye-bye, folks.
Oh.